Good numbing. Hello YouTube, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more Def End Request Code Z. Last time we left off, we like played the game against Arta and made him take our power at level 1, level 1ing himself. And now we've ran away and we're after chasing him. Look at this. Also, hey, one man, hope you're doing well. So today we're continuing our final push to the final battle, and we might finish today. I honestly am not 100% sure how much is left, but we'll see how we go. But before we start properly, I've been talking about it all week that I wanted to stream yesterday and take today off instead. That was the original plan. Well, as you know, that fell through. If I explained to you what the fuck happened to make that fall through, you guys would start thinking that fate had something against me. Because holy shit, holy shit, it started Friday, and it was just everything in the universe was determined to make it that I was not going to stream yesterday. Stellar Blade had various singers, but no, it didn't have, like, them reusing, the conversation that's in chat for those who don't know, them reusing the singer for Belial's theme for Man, I thought just made sense. But, yeah, to get to it, most of Friday was okay. When I got to work, oh god, anyhow knows. When I got to work, it was super busy, which is, like, it happens sometimes, especially on a Friday evening. It was what it was, we got through it. My supervisor, I've mentioned before, but she had a fall a couple weeks back, so she was still limping around, so I was doing a lot more of the, like, supervisory work, like, I was covering a lot more of the bases sort of thing. It got to 10 to 10 at night. Keep in mind, we close our doors at 10 PM. I go home at 10:30 PM because you have to do like clean up and whatnot. It was 10 minutes till we closed the door, and we had a shoplifting attempt. And I was like, all right, security's like spotted the guy. We see what's going on. He's gone to challenge him. We'll see how this goes. The shoplifter determinedly, and we know why he's doing this, but he insisted he had paid and we just need to go check the machine. We know this game. They do this because they want you to look away from them so they can book it. Security knew better, stubbornly stood his ground, and it eventually led to a shouting match. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna go get the managers. There was 2 night managers, bumped into one of them, explained the situation quickly. By the time I got down, the shouting match had got so loud, the other night manager had overheard it anyway and had come towards it. They kept on going. 5 minutes to the hour. I was like, I'll be closing 5 minutes. Can we please just, like, steal this backpack off this fuckhead and get the £110 worth of alcohol he's trying to steal away? And, oh, no, on point blank, on the machine, he tried to, like, he didn't use the cell scan. It point blank said payment declined on it. He was trying to blag his way out the door. But, it kept on escalating, 5 minutes too, and, like, we kind of knew this was probably going to happen eventually. The guy batted off security's body camera and then punched him square in the jaw, and the man this 44-year-old 6'1" man went down like a sack of spuds. Like, he collapsed like a pile of bricks. Like, he literally went out cold from this punch to the jaw. And so he knocked security out, started running. Both the night managers gave chase. I went to security because he was flat fucking out. When security came to, he was still in like a state of shock, but he immediately went into like battle stations to try and like get up and chase after the shoplifter. He's just been knocked out. If you've ever experienced being unconscious and then becoming conscious again, your legs kind of don't fucking work for like a minute. So there I was in front of security, hands on his shoulders, going, dude, no, you've just been knocked out. Stop. They've got it, stop. And this 6'2", like, dude, he meant no harm to me, but he kind of just barreled into me and knocked me on my ass. I battered the shit out of my knee. Like, my knee is fucked up from that. Like, my knee was not good all day yesterday, and it's still very sore today. Like, it was bruised to shit, because this 6'2" man just barreled into me. He tried to get up again, fell over again. Tried to get up a third time, fell over again. As he left, a good Samaritan at the door tried to trip him up, and all he got for his trouble is the shoplifter threw a bottle of vodka at him, straight up. He escaped towards the nearby park, so, like, we're not going to chase him in there, because that's a death trap. Called the police and ambulance for security, obviously. I had to give a witness testimony, and I keep in mind, after we close the door, we have to, like, collect all the money from all the machines and put it up in the safe, right? Like, you know, for safekeeping, etc., etc. We hadn't done any of that yet. So, I usually finish at 10:30. It was 11:15. I finished with the fucking police statement. And then, like, my night manager and like the one that was on, I just went, look, let's just get the money out and put it up in the safe. I'm going the fuck home. And he went, yeah, sure, no worries. So I did the witness statement to the police, like, made sure security was in the ambulance and getting checked over, put the money up in the safe. By the time I got home, it was 11:30 at night, and this was, like, Friday evening, and then I was still running off the adrenaline, so I didn't get to sleep till, like, 1 a.m. So I woke up yesterday, you know, the day I had every intention of streaming, and I was flat out the most exhausted I have been in a while. Like, there is no other way to put it. I felt like a sleep-deprived hermit who'd just done an all-nighter. I was fucked. I was so exhausted. And I was just like, God damn it! But I would not have been a functioning human being if I tried to stream yesterday, flat out. It was not happening. So I was just like, of course! But yeah, that's my story. Yeah. Yeah, it's not fucking worth the minimum wage I get. It really isn't. It's really not worth it. The 8 years I've been there, and it never gets any fucking better. It's not worth the minimum wage. I get, you can do the translation, or the conversion, sorry, to dollars. I get £960 a month working there. I don't even get $1,000. I think that's like $1,070, roughly. But yeah, that's my story. That's my story. So yeah, I woke up yesterday and I was like, $12 an hour, roughly. Yeah, I get, I say that, I'm rounding down. It's usually like 970 something, because I'm on like, I think it's like £11.30 an hour I'm on. But I just round down to 11 an hour for like basically for figuring out like my rent and taxes and bills to pay. You know, like for figuring that out, it's better to round down and work with that. So any extra you have afterwards is a bonus. Yeah, that's your overqualified minimum wage job. Oh yeah, you're telling me. Trouble is, the town I'm in is a very like, it's not rural, but it's rural enough that you're not going to get any big time work here. And that's my biggest hurdle, is that I'm not mentally prepared to leave my hometown like that yet. Because realistically, I should move to Brighton. But that's an hour away from where I am. And the idea of being over an hour away from my mum, I'm kind of like a little standoffish with, you know? Rural. It's not like my sister lives in Southampton, and for those of you who don't know, Southampton is the equivalent of being like a state over in the US. Like my sister lives like the equivalent of like a state over from us. Town in the city, yeah. Because Hampton or Hamptonshire is like a giant area to the north of the United Kingdom. And there's Northampton and Southampton. She's in Southampton. Alright, but via train, it's 4 hours away. And that's via train. And keep in mind, we have a good train network in the UK. Are you doing Oregon to Washington or Delaware to Maryland? I'm not sure, because I don't know my states well enough. But yeah, so, measuring size levels. Yeah, but it gives you an idea of what I mean, where, like, it's not a next-door neighbor situation. Because the US is, like, the UK, the easiest way to think about it is, like, states and districts. Even though what you'd call a district, we usually call as like a state of land, so a state. But because it's split into like 4 countries technically, because you have England, you have Wales, you have Scotland, and you have Ireland. But in England, you have like the Hampshire area, you have Liverpool, you have northwest, you have southwest. I'm in Sussex, which is the southeastern border of the country. You know, like they're all still kind of that sort of thing. Oh yeah, Texas is big. I know that much. Well, the whole US is big. Not as big as globes will have you to believe. A standard, like, American globe, or like a standard world globe, would have you believe America's like the biggest country on the planet, when it's like barely wider than Australia. And I mean barely. Like, Australia's taller, but America's wider. And it's like, it's not the biggest country. You want to look at what the biggest state of land is? So let's just scroll over to Russia. But yeah, that's, to get back on track, that's kind of like the thing. It's like, yeah. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. So my knee is still absolutely battered. It got bruised to crap because, you know, the hard floor and a 6'2", 44-year-old, relatively well built considering he's a security guard man, or like collapsing and barreling into me a little bit. Like, if you can believe it, yeah, it hurt. But the funniest part is that in the moment where I was riding the adrenaline, I didn't register it at all. And not only did I not register it, when my knee started hurting, I was like, oh, I guess it got bashed, but I didn't think it was that big. It was yesterday when I went to work, and I watched the security footage playback, and saw, like, no, he fucking bowed over me completely. Like, I got, like, flattened. I was just like, oh, shit. The Russia and China and the US. So that's what it gets complicated, though, because if you actually do, like, the size comparison between US and Australia, I can't remember if it's one's taller or one's which way round it is, but one of them is, like, taller in terms of, like, north to south, it's a longer stretch, whilst the other east to west is a longer stretch. I think it's, like, Australia is taller and America is wider, but they are around about the same landmass. Southwest security have guns. That is, no, that is way too aggressive in my opinion. I think that's just a hazard waiting to happen. Our problem is that our shop isn't considered a high enough, like, endangerment to necessitate hiring more than one member of security. Which is why, like, anytime there's a situation that's kind of big with security, managers end up having to get involved. And it's fine during the day, because, like, 2 of our managers that are on the day managers are ex-army. One's RAF, or Royal Air Force, and the other's a Marine. So it's like, they're ex-army. So it's like, yeah, if they need them for backup security, they're on it. But the night manager crew, yeah, Paul is ex-RAF, but he's also, you know, in his early 60s. So it's like, we're not gonna, like, put that on him. People in general are getting rowdy and violent as fuck. Yeah, I mean, there are political tidings that I won't talk about because I don't want to, surrounding your countries that are going to bring that on because something has to give, unfortunately. But I digress. We're 15 minutes into this stream. I've rambled on enough. Let's try and do this dungeon again. We gave it one solid attempt last time, ran into Felena, and she insta-killed us. To be honest, like, I think I've told something like this before, but, like, the biggest thing that and I don't mean this as, like, I hope you know we hate you, because it's not like that. I just always hope that people are aware of the rest of the world. Anytime you look at any kind of news or anything going on, the rest of the world doesn't look even remotely kindly at America right now, and they haven't for, like, a decade. Like, even though our Prime Minister, and listen, I'll keep this minimum because you know I hate politics, our Prime Minister very much seems to, like, treat your president as, like, a dear friend, and is also, like, a kind of a dickhead. Everyone outside of that, anywhere you look, everyone looks at the US and goes, Jesus fucking Christ. Because, to be blunt, they just see your country as just a occupied state now. They just see it as a fascist, Nazi-ridden state now. They don't see it as anything else. And to be honest, why would they see it as anything else, considering? But I digress. I'll leave it like that because, you know, I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of the topic. And I don't really want to, like taint the streams by having it. And I say that as a Brit. I know my country is like dog shit as well at times. Like, the reason why our country is adamant to always teach everyone about World War II over any other war is because it's the only war where we can pretend we were the good guys. like the UK is adamant about no, we're not going to teach you about any other war, not the ones that we caused by being dickheads. No, the UK is great, so we're going to teach you only about World War II where we beat the bad guys. It's like, We're not biased at all. Just religious studies only ever teaches you Christianity, and history studies only teaches you about the wars that we were the good guys in. And it's like, okay, UK, thanks. Yeah, but there was always a predominant. My point is, like, there's always a predominance on in UK history classes in school. It always comes up in the exam about Hitler's rise and fall, and the World War II and its consequences. Like, that is a huge focus of history. Which, to be fair, very important point of history, because, you know, those who ignore it are doomed to repeat it. Equally, however, it's kind of crazy, like, after I left school, how much of history around it I learned that school just doesn't teach because it's irrelevant to your exams. There are, okay, I was being a little hyperbole, but there are a lot more wars where the UK is, either directly or indirectly responsible for countless problems. And I say that as a Brit, let's be real here. There are a lot of wars the UK started needlessly just because it suited them over the centuries of history. I'm exaggerating, that was the word I was looking for. Anything prior to WW1, maybe. Keep in mind, our country was so, gloating heavy and so self-confident. A country that was just a bunch of people going out and colonizing a bunch of lands called ourselves the United Kingdom. We're all united under the same cause. No, we just invaded everyone. Let's be real here. History doesn't make out that we were all friends with everyone. No, everyone hated the UK. Everyone hated England, the fucking British. Also, no Felina yet in this dungeon run. I know I'm due. We're 6 floors deep. I'm surprised she hasn't shown up yet. Oh, you really burn out loads of sanity if you hit with that. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I know my country's a piece of shit. The only reason why I put up with it is because it does have some good things that help me in my life. Like, you know, free healthcare. The only money you spend if you go to the hospital is your fucking parking, which is £2 for the day. Oh, and that we don't have, raging gun crimes, I guess. And even though it's still, mostly a two-party political system, it's, we still get a lot of extras. We actually have a lot of third parties that can get in and have some influence that allow for a bit more diversity and not just complete domination between two sides. Okay, we made it to floor 8 of fucking 40 without too much hassle. I'm better at ghosting. Yeah, true. Are you fucking... Come on! Any more traps I should know about? He's Squidward, you're Squidward, fucking... I'm Squidward! Are there any other Squidwards I should know about? It's me finding traps. So I've had SpongeBob on the mind again recently, because, you know, childhood classic show and everything like that for me. Loved the PS2 era games, the Heavy Iron Studios era games, and it's just been on my mind a little recently. Yeah, you know, it seems to be a trap, yeah, but just give me a break. This is like the most, like, aggressive. Like, it's crazy because the sanity bar in this game is the most generous version of the hunger meter I've ever experienced in a mystery dungeon, yet literally everything else is the most, like, egregiously aggressive form of a thing in a mystery dungeon I've seen. This game is not designed to be your first mystery dungeon. It just isn't. They expect you to have so much already fundamental understanding and mechanical know-how of it. And then even beyond that, they have loads of fucking flaws on every dungeon needlessly. Like, they expect you to have such a firm understanding of mystery dungeons before you get in. Like, this is your first mystery dungeon? I'm just sorry, because you're going to get a bad first impression, I fear. Like, because there are many things about this game I'm not the biggest fan of. I still love it because it is a solid mystery dungeon, and as someone who loves mystery dungeons, I just like it for what it is. But I can look beyond the veil, so to speak, and be like, hey, no, this game is not good if it's your first mystery dungeon. This game is very aggressive with traps. You're always on your own, whilst most mystery dungeons you have teammates. Most dungeons have a lot of fucking flaws, when, like, in older mystery dungeons, even, like, mid-game, most floors were, like, 11... Like, most dungeons were, like, 11 floors big. I don't understand. Yes, that sounds about right. I need to get you away from me. Oh, the stairs are right fucking there. I just realized. Okay, we were out of there. Genuinely, the biggest thing I'd always recommend, if you're ever curious about playing, like, a beginner-friendly and genuinely really solid one, even though my personal favorite is Explorers of the Sky on DS, I know that's not the easiest to get a hold of officially anymore. However, on Game Boy Advance, you have Mystery Dungeon Red, and Mystery Dungeon Red got a full remake on the Switch called Mystery Dungeon DX. Both, either version, the original on GBA or the remake, are genuinely the Mystery Dungeon games that are good starting points. Painting my experience. Oh, absolutely. But as we've just been over, it's going to leave you with a worse impression because you're unfamiliar with the genre, and this very much expects you to have a degree of very firm understanding of the genre already. Like, it's not supposed to be your first mystery dungeon. It expects you to have a lot of experience with it already. And the other giveaway as well, that like, with like how this can be kind of unforgiving for newcomers. In even like classic mystery dungeon, there are level 1 challenges, but it's not a difficulty that cuts off your level immediately. Instead, it's an area, and when you're in that area, you're level 1, but the moment you leave, it puts your level back to what it was, so you don't lose that experience, so to speak. It's why the 0 aisles are fun to challenge, because it just feels like a challenge run in Sky. You hop in, it's like, okay, for this challenge run, there's no items, you go in alone, you're level 1. So basically, like, this game's extreme mode. But the moment you leave, you get all the items that you left behind back. You get your party members will automatically rejoin you, and your level goes back to whatever it was. So that's still not going to help you with like how much chance is involved in a lot of mystery dungeons. Oh, hey, you're in here, huh? Oh, I can't check. I'm going to hope the stairs aren't in there as well. What did you break? No. Okay, thankfully we've got a lot of those items, but I'd appreciate if you didn't do that too many times. And I think that's the biggest thing that makes this so, like, much harder to adjust to, is that you're on your own in this game. You're on your own, and you only have one attack button. So you very much have to just kind of go with what you've got and lean on your items quite a bit, when, like, if you're in a tough situation. Or, like, you know, suffer when you get hit with confusion by a fucking frog. Come on, this thing's doing no damage, just hit it once. Come on, it's a 1 in 8 every swing, please. 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 I don't want to waste my Vanquish mode on this. Please, I swear to fucking God. So I don't understand. What upgrades and I currently... I'm not going to go back over yesterday's argument. I think you're really going to dumbfound yourself and realize the hard way that that's not going to work out the way you think it does. It might feel shorter just because through raw experience of the game, you have a better understanding and you will eventually just find your way through it quicker. But you're stalling so much else to do one thing first when you could do the everything else and do the one thing later. And it will only feel shorter because it will technically be shorter than your blind playthrough because it's not your blind playthrough. Oh, I have to go through Celica, great. But I'm not going to go back over the other day's argument because it's just not worth it. That's why I kind of went for the mindset of, alright, enjoy it. Alright, Celica, be nice. Actually, I could gamble. Where am I? Oh, I'm like way away. Okay, maybe that paid off. There we go. We avoided the insta-killer. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, and she spawned with the stairs. Well, at least I know where the stairs are now. And also, I mentioned this before, but it's entirely a personal bias on my end. Because the first Mystery Dungeons I played were Red and then later on, like, Sky, or the original version of Sky, Time and Darkness, because Sky was the director's cut. I vastly prefer Mystery Dungeons in pixel art over Mystery Dungeons that are 3D models like this one. Let's move out of this game. To be honest, like, the more I think on it and the more I look into it, the more I'm pretty confident I'm probably not going to bother with the platinum for this game, because it's way too much busy work. Personally. Like, it's funny how, like, a few years ago, when I did Danganronpa V3, after I got that game's platinum, that kind of broke something in me when it came to approaching platinums. And after that, if it looks like busy work, I don't fucking bother anymore. I'm trying to be frank. Yeah, it's too much busy work. It's too grindy. I like this game, and I want to be able to continue liking it, so I'm good. You know? Like, I don't want to manually upgrade every fucking thing. I don't want to, like, hunt down every single unique way to die. I don't want to, you know, do everything on extreme mode and S-rank the 99 floor dungeon. No, none of that sounds even remotely fun to me. That just sounds like busy work. So I'd rather just play this game, see through its story, theorize on where this leads in the future, and enjoy it for what it is. Because, like, for me, I give this game a solid 7, because it is good, but it has problems. It's a well-rounded 7, a good game with problems. If I had to give it a score. So I love the story, and what it's telling and where it's going, and the lore implications. I love the cast and characters. The new music is really fun and enjoyable. I love the art style. It's a well-built mystery dungeon game. The problem is that it's not beginner-friendly at all, and there is a lot of busy work in the game, even on like a standard playthrough, that kind of stops it from being like any better than like just good. But the music's always going to be subjective. Oh fuck! Music's always going to be subjective. I'm just going to go back on myself. Oh, did she go the other way? Has she made enough distance? I can't even fucking see her. So if I can follow her from a distance, I might be able to find the stairs and avoid her completely. That's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah, they reuse a shit ton of music from the other games, but fucking spin-off, like, I kind of expected that. And the remixes, oh hey, most of the remixes I like. There's very few of the remixes that I kind of like, eh. Wouldn't SVS for the OST design. I have no, I don't exactly know exactly what you're referring to. If you just mean that like a lot of the soundtrack is remixes, that doesn't bother me at all. If you mean it in like a genre sense, I like the themes, so I'm not sure beyond that. Can you leave me alone? Sorry. This fucking song and dance I'm doing just to avoid a character that could insta-kill me, because I'm 15 floors in and I would like to beat this dungeon today. She got stuck? What happened? There might be an enemy up there, but she's like, she like rubbed her face against the wall for a minute and then came back. She must have got like stuck on an enemy. But the whole time she's up there, I can just squeeze in. Just gonna steal her. Yeah, I've only got so many chances to do that. That was my point. Of course she was blocking the stairs. I knew it! I've got some nice lemonade with me today. The only thing I do definitely appreciate, it's something that like would only happen in like the final dungeon of the game. But there's no real grid flaws in this game. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, in Classic Mystery Dungeon, when you got to like the final dungeon, one of the random floor tiles you could get, and it would be vaguely common, not too common, but it would happen every now and then, was literally just a 16 squares 4x4 grid of rooms with a stairs somewhere in there. And like they were kind of annoying and monotonous because it's just, hey, there's 16 rooms, the stairs in one of them. Good luck. Just after I still confuse her. Yeah, I want to keep a hold of my Vanquish for as long as humanly possible. Oh, cool. Thanks. Thanks, Oblivion. I'm glad that everything that has Oblivion tied to it is something I end up not like. You, bitch! Well, the main boon of Vanquish is honestly just getting rid of your statuses, isn't it? It's just getting rid of the bad shit so you can get out of dodge. I'm just gonna use that, I don't need it. Yep. Oh, hell yeah. Because this dungeon's so big, in a lot of mystery dungeon games, I will clear out, I mean, what you saw at the very start of this playthrough, I was doing it. I'd clear out every single floor as I go regardless. But because so many of the dungeons in this game are way too big, for the sake of getting a move on, when I see the stairs, I just take them. Unless I really feel the need to explore because I've spotted something else or whatever. Like I said, when I'm used to like mystery dungeons being like 9 to 10, maybe 11 to 12 at most floors per dungeon for most of the game, and it's only in late game they go up to like 20 at most. And then you come to this and it's like 20 floors was like the second or third dungeon in the game, and you're like, oh, cool. It's inconsequential. I'm so glad, I say sarcastically, that of all the statuses this game to borrow from, they kept fucking traditional Mystery Dungeon Confused. Oh, sick. Cool. I'm so glad I stumbled on this. You know what? Fuck it. Oh, and I should also, I guess, be grateful that this game doesn't have monster houses. Because I think if this game had monster houses, I might have stopped playing just because of how the game is structured. In classic Mystery Dungeon, a monster house is a floor trap. Not like the one that we stepped on. It's not a trap in that sense. It's when you step into the room, it comes up saying, uh-oh, you stumbled into a monster house. And it fills the entire floor, every single fucking tile, with an enemy. And sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's manageable. Sometimes you step into a monster house and you're dead. There's no two ways around it. It's just the fight. The round's over. You know if you try and run away, they'll be hunting you down. Now, the reason why it works in like classic Mystery Dungeon is that most monster houses in those sort of things, they're in manageable situations, so they're a fun challenge. That's probably why this game doesn't have it, because it would be bullshit because of how the challenge in this game works. I just wish the state and the confusion status effect wasn't as egregious. It'd be nice to have... Oh, fuck. It'd be nice to have one or two mystery dungeons, not have me worry about confusion all the time. Do I have anything else to throw at you? Oh, I can throw this at myself. Bye! Oh, fuck. Oh, hey, fancy seeing you here. Oh. Oh. No, if she spawn, I know if they spawn, like they're already spawned when you step on the floor. They stay still until you walk into their line of sight. I just haven't been paying enough attention. Alright, she's given up anyway. I can see on the minimap. I appreciate that she's got like vaguely normal Glitch Girl AI and not whatever the fuck Owl's AI has. Owl's AI pisses, like, ignoring the fact that Owl's moveset kind of pisses me off already. The fact that she will like hunt you down to the ends of the earth the way Spider-Man hunted down Shocker is absurd. Shocker! I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth! Shocker! That fucking... Where's she going? She's going that way. Faithful to her role in the story. Yeah, I suppose. To be honest, that is another thing I can compliment them. I feel like all the glitch girls, it's not just in story. They do a good job reflecting, like, that side of them from Dirk 1, the broken glitch form of them from Dirk 1. It's the fact that they do a good job trying to make it reflect into gameplay as well, and how they behave and sort of thing. Like, Lucille toys with you a lot, like she toys with her victims in Dirk 1. Lily, like, I haven't experienced it myself, but apparently Lily will always target your teammates, and considering most of the dungeons you have Lily, you have someone from the Dirk 1 crew of you. Like, I think she first appears when you're trying to save Sheena. It's like, that kind of tracks. Owl's, like, hunting you down to the ends of the earth. Celica being able to insta-kill you. Well, I think Celica is at least a little bit of a meta reference as well, just because, you know, I know she's... Move. Get out. Stop doing the harem shake. Get out that fucking spot. I can see you just jiggering. Are you stuck between two enemies? Ah! Oh, she absolutely is stuck. Yeah, she's stuck. That's hilarious. Bye! Oh, Jesus, bye! God, the fact it does 30 sanity per pop. Oh. So I could still check. No, she's gone back to being fucking stuck in her corner. Seriously. But I am genuinely super curious narratively what this will all lead to in Death End 3. I am genuinely super fucking stoked for Death End 3. And I'm curious when they will straight up reveal it. Because there's a part of me that's kind of surprised they haven't yet, because, you know, this is out in, like, worldwide now. Scarlet Salvation is out. Their Dungeon Crawler game is impending. It's like, I'm surprised they haven't at least, like, talked about it outside of one, like, Famitsu article. Also, I know I keep on talking about how, like, Scarlet Salvation, it's clear that they really care about that game and want it to work. Not just because, you know, it released worldwide on the same day, which is new for the company. You know what the other giveaway is? It's been patched in the West on PS5. It has actually had, like, patches. I was just like, they never fucking patch the Western version of these games on console. They never do that. Dirk 2 is still base Dirk 2 without any of, like, the patches that the PC version has. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you know as well as I do that they do that to maintain interest on the way to release. What they should do and be better about is not revealing it until it's nearly ready. Give 6 to 9 months to actually have, like, an advertisement campaign and, like, cycle for it to get ready. So it doesn't sell me? Yeah, but that's just you. Unfortunately, there's too many business analytics that would very effectively prove you wrong in that regard. In that sense, it's like, it's one of those things where it's just, it sells. It sells to keep people interested, and so you keep on having trailers. There are faults in those trailers. I don't like that a lot of Japanese games' final trailers straight up, like, spoil the game for you. I wish they'd stop fucking doing that. Like Devil May Cry 5's final trailer, even though we all kind of knew, just straight up revealing Virgil, he's like, alright. Kingdom Hearts 3, the final trailer straight up shows the final area of the game and final boss. Like, okay. Oh, we were talking about patching. Oh, I'm just saying, it's like, it's clear that they care. Scarlet Salvation is not going to be for everyone, in the exact same way that Returnal isn't for everyone. And the reason why I bring up Returnal is because Returnal is the game it's blatantly the most inspired by. But, the beauty of Returnal, and I'm hoping it'll be the same whenever I get the Scarlet Salvation, is ignoring the fact that the gunplay in that game in Returnal is some of the best feeling gunplay I've ever experienced in a video game. The game's loop and like the roguelike elements were extremely well implemented. That it was extremely addictive and fun to keep on going through. Coupled with a story that was effectively a giant mystery, Returnal worked like charms. And if they can capture at least some of that, even if it's not the 10 out of 10, like, god tier, best first-party PS5 game on market that Returnal is, even if it's not at that level, if they can at least get some of it, it'll be a solid 8. Genuinely. Everything I've seen on it looks good. The only thing I'm unsure of is that the gunplay looks slightly stiff. Not like stiff. We're not talking like Virtual Stars stiff. But it doesn't look as clean. But that's also because my mind is immediately comparing it to Returnal, because that's what it's inspired by. And so, of course, if it's going to take inspiration for it, I'm going to subconsciously, whether I mean to or not, notice. I also like the main character from what I've seen in the trailers. It sounds like she's voiced by Allegra Clark. If not Allegra, then Maxwell. Elizabeth Maxwell. But it sounds like Allegra Clark, aka Acheron, from Honkai Star Rail. Which is a great voice cast for, like, a run-and-gun protagonist that's trying to survive a deadly situation. Well, no, I'll get it eventually. I am interested in the game, and I do want to try it eventually. The trouble is there's just too much else I want to play right now, so I'm just like, you know, I think I had to accept that that was going to get put on the side. But it is on my wish list, and when it's on sale, I'll probably nab it. I have more faith in them. Keep in mind, I liked SVS and Game Maker. My problems with those games wasn't that I thought they were bad or anything like that. My problem is that they just ran out of steam. I thought they were fine games. I thought just like, more so SVS, I feel like Game Maker had a better focus. They just ran out of steam. I just got tired of them. But I really like those games. So like there's like, they've yet to, the only things that make me kind of hesitant with them are some of the spin-offs. You know? Can't really leave it here. Some of the spin-offs are kind of like, well, the Neptunia spin-offs. Some of them are just not good. I know they have like third-party companies that they get involved with various projects here and there to like keep on top of the spin-offs and whatnot, everything in between. And so some of them it is just down to what company is involved, and you're like, okay, it's this fucking company again. But you get my point. I get where you're coming from. Obviously, you know I'm not going to completely agree with that because your opinion always ends up being a little harsher than mine. Even if it's a game we both hate, it tends to be that way. Game Maker an 8, I think, is fair. I'd probably give it with that. SVS, I know I'm being petty, but I'd probably give it like a 6.5. Like, I liked it a little more than that. Like, I know I'm being petty that you gave it a 6 and I'm giving it a 6.5, but I don't mean to be. I promise I'd probably just give it a 6.5. I liked it. But I genuinely had a good time with it, and I have enough faith, at least in Dirk 3. Nep 5, I want to fucking see it first. But Dirk 3, even if Dirk 3 has gameplay problems, which I don't think it will, because they've been quite clear that Dirk 3 is going to play like Dirk 1 and 2. So I know it will be fine. And the story, even in this game, with this game's faults, I genuinely love the story of this game. I know I'm like knee-deep in the hell of it, like in the rabbit hole. Anyway, because, you know, like, I'm very into the lore and story, but I genuinely like a lot of it. Get one out of it. Yeah, but no game deserves that, and you know that. This game absolutely is not a 4. I disagree with you on that, and I disagree with Noisy Pixel on that. But then equally, the guy who reviewed it on Noisy Pixel said he wasn't the biggest fan of visual novels anyway. And I was like, if you're not a fan of visual novels, why did you review a game where all its story beats are told in visual novel styles? No wonder he gave it a fucking 4. It's like when people begged Yahtzee to review a fighting game, and he was like, I don't play fighting games. And then he reviewed one, and he didn't like it, and they got his ass for it. And he went, see, this is why you don't ask me to review fighting games. Oh yeah, I know the JP version launched with problems. Yeah, and Hardcore Gamer giving it a low score doesn't surprise me because, like, 99% of everything that Compile Heart has released, they've given very uncharitable reviews towards. But no, it absolutely does not deserve a 4. At worst, this game is a 6, and that's at worst. For me, it's a 7. I said I haven't finished it yet. God knows what the final boss will do to me. You lost me, and then don't worry about it. So ultimately, this is the easiest way to put it is that this is a game that has some problems that I thoroughly enjoy. And what was another game that I had problems with that I thoroughly enjoyed? Oh wait, that was it, Sonic Frontiers. And that was my game of the year, even though I said mechanically it's absolutely a 7 out of 10. But I'm not gonna. All that's happening here with this conversation is like highlighting why I don't like doing scores. Because it's not worth the debate. It never is. I'd rather just say I like this thing. It has X, Y, and Z that I like about it. It has X, Y, and Z I don't like about it, and leave it there. Because when you start bringing in scores, people start comparing, or going through numbers, or trying to put like a whole, you know, developmental experience and timeline down to just a raw number, and it's just, I'm not going to stop anyone from doing it. It's each their own. Everyone has their own styles. But for me personally, I've just never been a fan of it. I know we have to go through Celico, so I'm kind of like trying to bullshit my way through this a little bit. There you go. So I don't want to deal with her. Because you said me being petty, and my first thought was Tom Petty. Oh, I don't think I was going to get that. Keep in mind, I don't really listen to, if that was a song reference, I don't really listen to songs, like, not like modern songs. I usually listen to orchestras, operas, or, oh fuck. Or oh fuck. I listen to oh fuck. Yeah, oh fuck's a great band. That was just me walking straight into danger by an act, like, straight away. Oh, fair enough. It's why, like, one of my favorite tracks in Stellar Blade was fucking Demo Crawler. Because a full opera track that turns into a rock opera, you fucking sign me up. That's literally, like, my jam. Like... Oh, I don't need... Celica is coming. I don't need this shit. I'm vanquishing. I don't give a fuck. I'm not putting up with this shit. Bye. Actually, no. Fuck you in particular. Yeah, that's a song I get. Because that plays on the radio all the fucking time. That'd be nice. The fucking sound she makes. Ow! The sound she makes when she picks up an item in Vanquish form. She just doesn't give a fuck. Oh, killed it. Oh, I knew, because I said the only thing I knew about Stellar Blade before I even played it was Raven's theme, and so I knew well in advance what I was in for, and I knew it wasn't going to be for everyone. The first time I heard it, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But every time I've heard it since, every single time I hear it since, it grows on me a little more, and now I genuinely love it. It's like one of my favorite tracks in the game. I don't care, like, I don't listen to K-pop, I don't have a favorite K-pop band. I know the K-pop stands are gonna, like, kill me now for saying that, but I just don't. So, like, I have no expectation, or had no expectation with the track, but I love that it's, like, this distorted K-pop techno song that transitions into EDM to show, like, the technical side of her, that then brings in this, like, brass band to show the anger under the surface of her character, that she was supposed to be this chosen one that got abandoned. And then once you do enough damage to her, it gets all, like, staticky and broken and distorted to show where her mind, as the fight goes on, is further deteriorating. To such an extent that she starts it saying about how she's going to kill Eve, and she literally ends the fight begging Eve to kill her instead. Like, she literally shifts perspective because her mind breaks throughout the entire fight. Oh, I should probably take that and get up onto Celica. I mean, I joke. I don't mind K-pop stands too much. I mostly joke. Like, I've only seen them get, like, kind of, like, uppity, like, once. But I know the joke, I know the memes, and I know, like, certain things that they can do. But then, what's a dedicated fandom without a few nut jobs? From 2018? From 7 years ago? Dude, you've had 2 different presidents since then. Come on. Well, 1 different president. Yeah, that's also just me. I think life's too short to bear grudges. I'd rather just crack on with the next thing. There are things that irrationally piss me off, but I'm only human. But I try not to hold grudges, because it's just not worth the hassle. You're right, too. I guess. You got 1 and then a rehash. A rehash that no one fucking wanted. Come on, floor 32, we're getting there. This is why I'm being, like, so extra cautious, by the way. Because, like, we're 32 floors deep and nearly an hour into the stream. It's like, I would rather not do this dungeon several times today. I would rather get it done. Where's buddy? Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Don't break too much of my shit. Either way, I at least don't hold a grudge and don't care too much about it. But yeah, I know, like, to get back on point though, Raven's theme I know is not for everyone. I said for me, when I first heard it, I wasn't on board with it, but as time went on, the more I heard it, the more it stuck with me. And now I genuinely love it. I have it on my playlist and everything on my phone. Yeah. Don't break my item. Good. To get back on top of this, I do kind of wish there was a little more enemy variety than what we have. But equally, I kind of don't, because that would mean more defense to grind up if you want the platinum, so I'm kind of like... But I also know that's an unfair comparison, because you know what the ultimate Mystery Dungeon game was? Fucking Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And so obviously that had variety, because it had Pokemon. When Sky came out, we was on Gen 4. And because Gen 4 is peak anyway, it was another peak game within Gen 4. It had 493 Pokemon to fucking choose from. To be the enemies you bump into along the road. God, remember when Pokemon had 493 Pokemon top? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Now it has 1,009. Actually, no, I think it has more than that, because there was new Pokemon introduced in the fucking DLC. I mean, Fire Red and Leaf Green did a lot to make me appreciate Gen 1. I'm aware that, like, it wasn't my generation. The first generation I experienced was Gen 3. But the first experience I really cared for and put time and effort into was Gen 4, so I have that nostalgia bias, obviously. But no, I genuinely love Gen 4. I've always had a soft spot for that gen. Like, Platinum is my all-time favorite mainline Pokemon game. I always have to specify mainline, because if we're counting all forms of media, well, Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky is one of my all-time favorite games, period. So, of course, that wins. Oh, yeah, if I'm ever playing Pokemon Red, I will deliberately get missing notes to just dupe items I want, to save some time. I'll do the safe method just to dupe items. Too high level. Mm. Yeah, Mewtwo's catch rate is just 3, but its stats are really high, so it becomes really annoying. So it's very difficult to have that happen, catching Mewtwo at the initial. It's crazy how when you look at the list of Pokemon, and you look at what actually is the hardest, because the way, like, it's catch rate, and then it's their stats, and it's all of that adds together to make how awkward they are. The higher the stats, the worse it is to try and catch. There's only, like, 3 Pokemon that are, like, ungodly hard to catch, and Mewtwo's one of them. And then the next one is Giratina, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. Like, and it's not even Arceus. Arceus having completely leveled out stats actually makes it slightly easier to catch. I think the third one was Genesect. Like, Genesect also has a catch rate of 3 and is super hard. Has super high stats. Because starting with Gen 6, they lowered the catch rate full stop because they actually want you to catch these legendaries. Which is why, like, Zekrom and Reshiram are, like, catch rate of 25. So it's like, yeah, you're getting them. You get their health to relatively low, and for even a Pokeball, you're getting them. Yeah, I mentioned it before, if I ever get like a proper PC setup, as much as I would want to play and showcase a lot of fan games, I would start off with some mainline games. I would do Fire Red. If I can't get a DS emulator set up easily, I would do Crystal. Then I'd do Emerald. And by the time I get to Emerald, I would do everything in my fucking power to try and get a DS emulator set up for Platinum. Either that, or I'd hope my PC is strong enough to run the fan version of Platinum that used Brilliant Diamond as a premise, as its baseline. Yeah, I can't remember what it was in the code that broke the Ultra Balls to make them not as good as they should be, but I remember that. Oh, fair enough. Because after, what I'd probably do after, I love Gen 5. I do have a soft spot for it. I don't think it's as good, but I do have a soft spot for Gen 5. After Gen 4, though, I imagine I'd probably then start entertaining the fan games and take a break from the mainline stuff. And then after Gen 5, it would all fall down to the my favorite sentence to say, which is, we'll see. Because I'm very, like, open and honest about the fact that I genuinely think Gen 6 is not only the worst Pokemon generation, but it's also just straight up a bad RPG to play. I don't think that game's fun. Well, man. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. For me, like, because I'm a huge opera fan, so I love Demo Crawler. I said Raven's grown on me a lot. I genuinely love that track. I love Hypertube. Hypertube is, like, goated. I wish it played for longer. And it's funny that Hypertube continues playing during your first encounter with Belial. So it's like, hey, Belial has 2 tracks that are, like, high energy, really sick as hell music. The first one's, like, a high energy, like, pop rock, and the other's, like, the fucking metal track. So, but I love Demo Crawler because I love the opera that transitions into rock opera. I love Raven because I don't love K-pop per se, but I love how it handles its track and how the track itself kind of tells a story. And I love the instrumentation and how they use it throughout the track. Like, it's a technical track sort of thing that makes me love it. Yeah, but for me, Gen 6, like, X and Y are the worst. I was one of those people that really wanted a Pokemon Z, not because I liked Gen 6, but because I wanted Gen 6 to have a chance to be good. And it just never got it. I wanted it to have that chance, because I felt like it could have had the potential there, but the whole game is just nostalgia bait the game, and it just refuses to let go of that. It has nothing original or unique to it beyond that, outside of Megas and Fairies, but especially when in Gen 6, Fairies were broken as shit, so they weren't really fun to add to the gameplay system. I love Black and White, but I've always known, even when I first played it as a kid, I have always known Black and White's been divisive. It's a very story-focused, very linear game that refuses to let you use any of your old Pokemon because Game Freak were actually, you know, pretty aware that anytime they made a new gen, people were just defaulting to their old mons and barely touching the new ones most of the time. So they was like, you know what, fuck it, no, you're using the new ones. But yeah, I like Black and White, but I have never been ignorant to the fact that it is a downgrade and it was divisive. It's why Black and White 2 kind of rolled back a lot of its changes to make something that was a lot better. And to be fair, Black and White 2 is fantastic. I think that game is phenomenal. But I completely understood why they made that change and kind of rolled it back. And went, okay, no, we overstepped with the experimentation. I wish they were more experimental with the stories again now. I feel like Gen 5 scared them off a little bit. Not entirely, because I've seen Gen 9's true final story and how insane that gets. So they still have some of that spark in them, just not quite on the same level. Gen 7, I think, is perfectly fine as a beginner. As like a beginner game. The problem is that the whole first island, which makes up a whole quarter of the game, is nothing but tutorials. It's like 5 hours straight of tutorials. It's tiring. Gen 8, if you ignore the internet screaming about the tree textures, Gen 8, everything I've seen on it, and according to people that I trust who have an opinion on it, they say Gen 8 is actually alright. It's not anything groundbreaking or fantastic, but it's not bad. It's okay. And Gen 9 is actually now, you know, playable on Switch too, because it runs at 60 FPS and not 6 FPS. The problem with Game Freak, though, and it's the thing I always go back to, the biggest problem with Game Freak isn't to do with Game Freak, it's to do with the Pokemon Company. They're overlords. Their overlords insist, no matter what, there has to be a new generation every 3 years. Because that's the cycle of the cards. The trading card game has to keep up with new packs and new cycles, so there always has to be new Pokemon. But they also have to be bigger games than the last one. It's an insistence in the actual contract. Making a new giant turn-based RPG with hundreds upon hundreds of unique monsters that all have unique movesets, unique skills, unique abilities that can interact differently with a whole bunch of unique items in 3 years? No company's fucking doing that reasonably. Not even RGG did, which is why there's like a 4 or 5 year gap between 7 and Infinite Wealth. They put way too much pressure on that team, and so they always crumble. The only reason why this year is the exception, the only reason why Gen 10 isn't out this year, despite it being 3 years, is because next year is the 30th anniversary of the series. That's it, and Pokemon Company want it out for the 30th anniversary. So they get 1 extra year. But oh wait, they don't even get that time because Pokemon Pizza is coming out this year. Or Pokemon ZA. They don't get the time and opportunity to actually hone their craft and make something better. I'm not going to be into the fact that hey, they do have some coding issues. It's clear that they are better with sprite work than they will ever be with 3D models. But I'm still going to always give them some slack. Anyway, oh my, you're late, Sayaka. It seems I won by a hair's breadth. Sorry I got started without you. It would be tough to handle this one alone. Felena, where are you? Come back. Right, I'm back. I'm sorry, and Chloe isn't around. I can't muster any strength. Then don't fight me. I don't want to be 40 floors deep into this dungeon and get fucking insta-killed, please. I mean, that's just you then. My point is that they are given increasingly higher and more stressful and more crunching demands from their higher-ups and given no room to breathe. And so it's no surprise that their games are crumbling worse and worse every generation. And there's too many people that aren't even remotely prepared to look beyond Game Freak. You can, like I said, there are things to criticize the company on. There should be a better organization of priorities and how they handle their development of their games. There should be a better focus, and like I said, 3D models clearly aren't working for them. I don't think they're ever going to go back to sprites, unfortunately, but they were clearly more experienced and better at handling sprites than they've ever been at doing 3D environments and models. But people who only see it as, oh, Game Freak's just an incompetent company, piss me off because it's so much more going on than just Game Freak having issues. And it's so blatant that it's like that, you know? Like, the company isn't without fault. They're not. There is a lot of problems with Game Freak that aren't getting sorted anytime soon, and it's going to continue to affect their developments. But to say it's all on them, when they literally have a 3-year time limit to produce another open world, because they now have to all be open world, turn-based RPG with over 1,000... That's not what I'm saying you're saying, I'm saying in general. With over 1,000 unique monsters, with all the different items and all the different challenges, whilst also having its own story, whilst having... You know what I mean? Like, that is way too fucking much. And even beyond that, they then don't get the chance to immediately start on the next one, because they then have to make DLCs. We had 2 major DLC packs for Gen 9 over the span of the following year after its release. And then they have Czar out at the end of this year, and Gen 10's next year. They get no breathing room. They've had no time to just stop and focus on one thing. They've gone from next to the next to the next to the next to the next, because their superiors insist upon it. That's everyone involved. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's what upsets me, because I do feel for them. I'm not saying that, like, if they had all the time in the world and got to work on it, Gen 10 would be the perfect best Pokemon game. No, I think Gen 10 would come out and still be riddled with a lot of problems and flaws because of Game Freak and their, like, issues within the team. But it would run at not 6 FPS at launch. It would have textures instead of just being flat all the time. You know, like, there would be things that would function in the game better. So I've got, See, that's why you're the worst. You're no good as a fighter or as a manager. Had you been more effective, maybe Chloe wouldn't have been so desperate. I'm sorry. This is bad, Ratuka. I'll assist you. It's fine. I can handle these 2 on my own. There, my delicious prey. Sayaka, please go deal with Arata. Needs to F off at the stand free. Yeah, the 3-year cycle, and it's entirely built because of the trading card game. They want that to consistently have new packs, and so they do the new generation on year 1, the evolved variants on year 2, the full card variants on year 3. The next gen has to be out by the end of year 3, so the cards can immediately on year 4 start the next generation. The cards can't start until the next generation is out, so the next generation has to be out by the end of that 3rd year. Do you see where the problem is? The reason why it's 4 years this generation is entirely because the 30th anniversary is next year. So they did a quote-unquote classic collection this year to bridge that year gap. But it will still have to be out before the end of next year, so the next generation of cards can be ready. They literally use the cards as the template for everything that has to function off of it. Show off. I'll leave it to you. But don't forget we're bringing them back alive with us. Alright, alright. I won't break them. I don't want to get slapped after all. You just take care of Arata. I recognize this place. Don't come any closer. Just surrender quietly, then we won't have any reason to fight. Wait, I'll protect you, Arata. Rin Asukaze. Arata, it's okay now. I'll tear Sayaka to pieces. Really? Can you do it? Can you kill her? Of course, you won't like it, Arata, but with the Great Sage's power, I'll change myself in the environment. Huh? I don't know, last single one. I think I get the thing with... Oh, fuck, is that evil Sheena? Oh, it's evil Sheena and that fucking mascot thing. That actually makes a lot of sense. God damn it. Idea Factory... Well, Compile Hearts themselves, it's not a problem, it's because it's just the nature of the beast. The trouble is that they don't master it yet. is they themselves, it's not that they're being forced to, they want to do different things. They don't want to just do turn-based RPGs. They want to try new things. They want to learn. And the biggest case of this is that although SVS gameplay-wise had a lot of mechanical issues, Game Maker was far better because it was something they wanted to do and pursued with, so it relentlessly pursued to try and make it better. I know it's supposed to be Rin, but the fact that it looks like Evil Sheena is what I'm getting at. Like, aesthetically, I get it. Shut up! It's to match the mutation! Totally not my style, but I thought you'd get excited by this look. See, aren't we having fun? Game Maker still had problems of its own, but it was a far cry better in terms of like what they were trying to do, and they had learned a far lot from SVS. Like, I could see where they were going with and what they were trying to go for, and I could feel in the game itself how much better they'd got with figuring things out. They got a lot of feedback from SVS, and they applied everything they could into Game Maker. And I genuinely enjoyed it a lot more as a result. I think you'd be my final opponent. Let's finish this quickly. Oh, fuck. Well, this isn't... Okay, say instrumental. I think I might get away with it. It's just instrumental. It's crazy how my very first thought the moment this started was, oh, fuck. It's gonna... Like, this stream's gonna get, like, the copyrights. Doesn't work on glitch goals. I mean, I say that I might get got anyway from the instrumentation, but I can try. Oh, you can full stream. Got it. Yeah, well, I haven't played Aggregus yet. I do intend to. It's on my bucket list. It'd be an excuse to dust off my PS3 because I haven't used it in a while. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. Whoops. Hey, get back here. Good fight. Did she try to spawn back up at the last second there? I didn't even register it because it was on screen for like a frame. Hang on. I want to say it doesn't work on glitch goals. Well, some items do. Some of them it's a bit peculiar. No. No, not yet. Why? I've come so far. The mutation is dissolving. You weren't so tough. The glitch girls were way stronger. What? Rin? Come on! Stay with me! You have to keep fighting! Arta! Arta! I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but... What's with these people? My. Lost to Sayaka, did you? Guess stuff's getting pretty real for you, huh? Huh? What? Why are you free here? Protecting the master is our top priority. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Chloe. As you can see, these two would rather protect Arta with their lives than have a good time with me. Arta! Arta! They're here! The glitch girls are here! Let's use them right up! Right! Right! Son of a bitch. Seriously, enough, you guys. Speaking of which, we've already prepared these guys, right? What? We did? A reversal. A true victory. We can do it. A massacre reversal. Prepared? Yes. No one will be saved. Everyone. This world is cursed. Misery awaits. So Zukakugi's perish, return to nothing. Don't forgive them, Sayaka. Sayaka, leave this to me. Sayaka, leave this to me. That's enough, Arata. Cease this futile resistance. Natsun. These agents. You look pretty worn down. Is that really you, Arata? What are you here for now, Natsun? Enough. I'm done listening to you. I'll be taking Rin with me as well. What? How about I pack you into a carry-on bag? Shame. You're always so cheeky. When in the end, all your plans have failed. I wonder, was this all foreseen too? Great sage, Piranhanus. Don't say that name! Hey, wait a minute. You can't just suddenly appear and snatch away our prey. That's rude. Sorry. Took me some time to get approval from upstairs. Natsuo. I'm glad you're safe. I trust we can leave Arata to you. Indeed. All I can do is apologize for Arata and take responsibility for the High World's mess. Also, I assume you'll need compensation. Allow the High World to take care of that. Well, if Sayaka's cool with it, I guess I can let it go. The player is Natsuo? No, the player is the god of death. We summoned Natsuo in. The avatar or the narrator that talks to and is like the partner to Sayaka is the god of death. The reason why Mai is different in her personality-wise in this game is because instead of the god of death being inhabited in her, the god of death got passed along to Sayaka, and to take its place, Marbus Barbus, or the devil, is inside of Mai instead. And I call him Marbus Barbus because fucking... We pick option 2. Yeah, because we summoned him in. We made a link. I gathered that was the point. I know they said there's a point in Chapter 9 where you either can encourage Sayaka to kill or stop her, and if you encourage her to kill, you get the bad ending. So I gathered that was that choice, which is why I picked the other one. But yeah, when we said, I'll handle this, we summoned in... We brought him in. We opened the link. But there's something else. We won't give up for Lena and Naraku. We want to take them back with us. Alright. Seeing as those two were originally Ludens, I suppose that should be fine. Great. Then let's go home, Felena. Chloe's waiting for you. Be sure to give her a smile, yeah? Of course. You too, Naraku. You should have a good long talk with Hinata. That'll be better for both of you. It seems I have no right to refuse. Very well, I'll follow you. You get the other ending as well, by the way. It's a dual format of NG plus and continue save. Oh, okay. Oh, look, it's Sayaka. Sayaka's back, everyone. You're late. We were sick of waiting. Mai was super duper worried about you guys. I think she was going to cry. Actually, I think she did. Isn't it great, sis? Look, I think even Dad's smiling. Let's not tease her too much. More importantly, we must remember the divine nature of this triumph. Making Sheena cry is unforgivable. But, well, just this once, I'll forgive you. Great job. Hey, Yuri, so you've gone soft. Sayaka, I think it's another achievement we can chalk up to you. What a graveyard. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Komai, I'm so happy to see you. Here I come. Don't be so clingy. Ew, your snot and tears are going all over my shirt. You better clean all that up. Real talk, I want that fit. I want Naraku's fit. I love that. Like, they're so simple, but like casual. But I think that's my trans girl is showing that I'm like, ooh, like a white shirt and like big shorts and like a loose jacket. Fucking peak. So, oh, this is the good ending. Everyone worked together. There's no way we could. It could have ended. No other way it could have ended. Lena! I'm not letting you go anywhere ever again. We're gonna be together always. I'm back. Welcome home, Chloe, Aaron.
There, you see? Isn't it nice? This kind of scene. When we get back, let's tell Mitan all about it.
Kazuki's fit myself there. Bah! Bah! Did she say... That's not what it sounded like. I know she went bah. You know what that sounded like? It sounded like she was calling everyone gay. She was like, gay! Gay! Sorry.
It's just way too pedestrian. Blah! Oh, come on. It's a good ending. What's wrong with it? Nothing. Nothing at all. I, for one, am tired of watching all those death ends.
I'm curious what Dirk 3 is going to do with death ends. I genuinely liked that Dirk 2, like pulled it back a little bit. They pulled the reins in. There's only like 7 or 8 in that game, but all of them are more detailed as a result. Like we talked about in Dirk 1, there's 24 of the fuckers, and it's like most of them are just a couple lines of text. Business up, yeah. No, but I'm just having fun. Don't take it seriously. It just vaguely sounds like she's saying gay. Nothing at all. I feel I'm tired of watching those death ends.
Exactly. Come on, everyone. Young and old. Let's go back and have a stiff drink. Wait, you don't mean at my place, right? All these people. In the cafe. Can we even fit all of them? I suppose we can manage. I mean, it's also kind of accurate. Most of the characters in this game are at least somewhat on the fruity scale, you know? Yeah. You should know me by now. Half the shit I say isn't taken seriously, unless I specify it's taken seriously. I just say shit. My mouth just moves. Isn't your tab? Oh! Today is our game completion celebration party. Contradictions, yeah. Woo! Oh, that's very cute artwork. Everything seriously, yeah, I know. Oh, and that's it. The game just... that's it, huh? Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. I mean, I kind of gave my thoughts throughout that last dungeon, but I am mixed on this game. I like it. As a whole, I do like it. It is, like, very blatantly a spin-off, so it is lower end, it is lower scale, but it's nice as well. And my nostalgia, even though, like, it's not like Death End 1 and 2 were, like, decades ago, but Death End 1 and 2 are just beloved games to me enough that seeing the gang again did kind of get me at times, because it is nostalgic for me. It was nice seeing Mai and Roddy and their bounce and their love for each other again. It was nice seeing the Dirk 1 cast again. It was nice seeing Sheena, like, be that motherly role again, because she has kind of adopted that motherly role a little bit throughout the games. Even in the first one, she kind of has it a little bit. Like, I love what this game is doing. I love what they're setting up for free. And I'm very curious to see what they do with free. But the actual mystery dungeon crawling, I've mentioned it before, but to reiterate for those who, like, only come to watch to get my final thoughts, I like the mystery dungeon stuff. The problem is, though, is that it's super designed for people who are already extremely familiar with mystery dungeons. If you're new to mystery dungeons, I think this game is kind of antagonistic. This game's not for you, and that is a worthy criticism. This game is antagonistic if you're not used to mystery dungeons. It gives you no prep time. Like, I made the joke before, but it's literally like it just throws you into anal with no lube. Like, you're not ready for it and it hurts a little. You have to already be prepared for it. If this is your first mystery dungeon, I genuinely feel for you, because this game will leave, I can almost guarantee it, this game will leave a worse taste in your mouth. And that's not just me saying anyone in particular, I'm saying, like, in general for anyone hopping in. I think if this is your first mystery dungeon, you probably won't like it. Or you will like it less, compared to me, who's very experienced with it. And even then, I mentioned a few times, a number of the dungeons started to tire on me. And that never happens in mystery dungeons. I love mystery dungeons. And even the longer dungeons, like Zero Isle in Mystery Dungeon Sky, and its 99 floors, never gets old for me. But this game, some of the 25 floor dungeons, I just got so fucking tired of. Because because it's the same enemies. This game does not have enough enemy variety. It's the same enemies, it's the same hazards. There's way too many traps on every floor where they expect you to be like super ready for it. It's very much an item game sometimes. Story just doesn't move in dungeons enough. It's kept too much for outside and around it, whilst most mystery dungeons do a lot of storytelling within the dungeon as you go, even if it's randomly generated. After the end save. Exactly. And to be honest, yeah, like I said, to give a comparison, in a Mystery Dungeon Sky, the first dungeon is 4 floors, the second is 7 floors, the third is 8 floors. Then after that you have 11, then it goes back down to 9. And then you have 10, you have 10 again, and then you have 12. And that's every unique dungeon, and all of them are completely different aesthetics, completely different vibes, different music, different everything. And all of them are kept on the, as you just like said, like on the shorter end. This game, you would do like the free dungeon tutorial, and then it's immediately like 10, 15, 20, 25, 25 again, 30, 35, and then we did 40. It's like, whoa, hang on a fucking minute, this escalated way too quick. And most of them are actually longer than that, because you had to do rescue missions where you have to bring them back with you afterwards. So the 25 dungeon isn't actually 25, it's usually somewhere around 32 to 33, because you have to backtrack so many floors. And I know there's a post-game dungeon in this that is 99 floors, but to be honest, I'm not interested. If I found 40 floors really tiring and exhausting, I'm not interested in doing more, to be honest. In-house dungeon. Yay! Great! But yes, I love the story. I love seeing the characters again. As a mystery dungeon, like, try-hard, dedicated to the cause person, I like it enough that it gets the pass. However, I think this game is way too antagonistic and problematic for newcomers, so I think it's actually really, like, problematic in that sense. I think you don't understand. Yeah, you doing it in Japanese is all on you. Like, that's like, Jesus Christ, dude. I know you want to be ahead of the curve, but I think you should have just, like, bit the bullet and waited. Especially considering the Japanese version, from what you've told me, was kind of bug-ridden when it came out. Whilst in this, we only had one crash, and even then, I know exactly what caused it, and it never even got close to happening again afterwards. Thank you so much. Great on reading the true ending. If you choose to continue, chapter 10 will start. There's still a little more to our story. No. I imagine that little more to the story is quote-unquote finishing. Dude, I've been creating. Starting a new game, you can carry over some of that data. Chapter 10. So to the beautiful world. So just to like clarify, I'm assuming the bad ending, if you do have her kill, is she reverts back to Rapuka fully, and like she loses herself in it, and like she doesn't end up saving anyone. See my new waifu. Uh-oh. July 2025. I mean, I'll play like, how long have we been streaming? An hour and a half. Yeah, I'll give the final dungeon, or like the post game, like an extra run. I'll mess around for a little bit, but I will probably make this the last stream of the playthrough, because we've done like the main story. Ever since then, a lot has happened since we drove Arata Mizunashii away, but this world continues on as usual. That is also a separate trophy. Alright, it's a good thing I don't care about that platinum then, isn't it? The world on high compensated us for all the damage he and his terrorism caused. And thanks to the aid we received, Sagami City recovered surprisingly quick. Of course, we had to work at it. After that, that Munakata person was originally Mizunashii's ally, right? The nerve of that guy. I'm still like kind of mixed on Arata as a villain in this. I don't think like it was Arata per se. I think it was someone using his identity and name to some extent. I understand where Arata was, like, that Mizunashii was coming from and what the point was. That, like, this was a fictitious world upholding an illusion that had several human lives involved in it and a bunch of simulated backstories. It wasn't real. It isn't real. But it's just one giant rehabilitation for a part of Rapuka, Sayaka. That also happened to have Rapuka in it as well, but don't worry about it. Like, he's right in the sense of, like, it's not real. They're gonna have to return to reality eventually. Even the quote-unquote world on high, I don't think is real. I think that's just part of the simulation in of itself. That's just, like, the master control program. So I get your point, but he's still equally, like, it ended up paying off for Sayaka, so it still ends up being that, it's complicated. But then what's new with Dirk? Of course it's always fucking complicated. But that's what sort of I'm very interested to see where Dirk 3 goes. I think Dirk 3 will be back in the real world and not this. But I think Sayaka will be either directly present, or if she's only tied to this simulation, we will have a Rapuka that's somewhere in between and she will be in the main story. I hope Sayaka's in it, because to be honest, Sayaka's the best part of this game. I genuinely adore Sayaka as a character. I think she's fantastic, and I think she holds her own as a unique protagonist in a series that's had really strong protagonists in Sheena and Mai. What blood it is. How best to put it? It was like if aliens suddenly came down and visited, but they were super public about it. For that reason, tourists from all around the world flocked to Sagami City in search of non-existent traces of the high world. And somehow the city became even more developed than before. Amidst all this, Sheena and the others continue to work on the next major DLC for Enter Odyssey. They are apparently discussing a new scenario with Enigma Corporation. Not that all that has anything to do with me. Inertial times for free. That would be cool. I am curious, like we theorized for years that after Dirk 2, whenever 3 came around, the protagonist would be Lydia. And that still might be the case. But I'm genuinely curious, like, if that is going to be it, or if this was a trial run to have, like, a real-world Sayaka be the protagonist for free, but now with the knowledge beyond her realm, so that she has the knowledge of what's going on, X, Y, and Z. Everybody away from that. Svetlana, for instance, returned to her home country, so I doubt we'll be seeing her again anytime soon, given the game. That Kiki and Mo girl went back with her as well. I hope they'll be alright. Chloe's still in Japan, but now she's shooting on location at the hospital. She's as busy as ever. As for me, it may be my summer break, but I still got college school work to do. I can't afford to just laze around. Fine. Seriously, Naruku, your place is a total mess. Isn't this the place we found a dead body in Dark 1? I can't help it. It was in a disaster area, after all. Besides, the previous owner left... I mean, they know they're just reusing an asset, but come on. Sense effect here. What? I was thinking I could start moving in today, but I'm starting to second guess it. I mean, a girl can't live alone in a place like this, right? Are you seriously that broke? I don't care as long as it's cheap. Besides, I won't be alive much longer anyway. Don't worry, I'm not going to jump in front of a train or anything like that. Ever since you apologized to me, I started thinking about how much I regret leaving my fans so suddenly. Turning me into a Luden was one of the only good things Mizunari did, Komai. Sorry, I meant Naruku. Thanks. Honestly, it still feels weird to hear the name Komai. So how about we take a little walk together? Sure, I don't have work today. Also, I don't know why it's taken me all game to notice, but Hinata's hoodie, being a caterpillar, isn't that the boss you fight in the area you first meet her in? But yeah, seriously. Komai or Naruku's fit on the right, I live for that. Cozy belt, loose jacket with a bunch of buttons, like loose ass shirt, little bag strap on the side, like that just looks so cozy. So a buggy. True. I mean, it's been 3 months, like bad's happened, right? Well, who knows? All I can say is I definitely feel better now that when I was alive. It's true that he did something to me and the other glitch girls. He boasted about it constantly. He was the type of guy who wouldn't question human bombs. A really nasty piece of work. Oh, Naruku, I just thought of something. What is it? We should go out and find Mizunari and have him remove the devices he put in you and the others. How exactly are we supposed to find someone from the high world? We lost contact with Munakata after he left. Well, there's a motif, yeah, true. Oh, hey, you two, what's up? You know, it's only when, like, Sayaka pops into frame like this that I also remember that she's, like, one of the taller characters in the series. I don't know how tall Sayaka is precisely. Actually, I have the art book. I could probably check. But I feel like she's like 5'9", 5'10". Like, she's somewhere in that range. I mean, Mai was kind of tall as well. Mai was like 5'8". And it was just Sheena who's only like 5'4". Sayaka, I was just having a little chat with Naruku. You on summer break too, Sayaka? Nope. For us working adults, summer vacation starts in August. Pretty sad, right? You say it's sad, but you look pretty pleased. Oh, is that obvious? Here, take a look at this. My employee ID and business card. Oh, Sayaka. Oh, Saya, you're a full-time employee at Ice Core now. I thought you were just a part-timer. I sure am. I can do so much more now, though honestly, most of my work is still debugging. Wow. If you want, Hinata, why don't you come with? It's been a while since you last stopped by. Huh, really? Yeah, it sure seems like you want to, but you could just walk right in. You could even bring Naruku. No thanks, I'm an outsider, remember? Besides, you shouldn't just invite a former enemy in so casually. Hey, I thought your probation period was over. Besides, even if you were an enemy, you were brainwashed by Arada. All that's over, so it all cancels out. Enough, I'm not in the mood for this. Hinata, enjoy it for the both of us. Got it, I promise I will. Thinking back, you do recall that Hinata hacked into your server, right? That was on your request, Naruku. Ah, that's all in the past now. Sayaka, you're so forgiving. Anyway, we'd better get going or I'll be late for work. You coming, Hinata? How many games? This is the third, but it's a spin-off. Also, welcome. They are visual novel, mostly turn-based RPGs. That stories get maybe a little too lost in their own source because they are very complicated, but I love them. I've always had a soft spot for them. Dirk 1 was 2019, Death End 2 was 2020. And now this came out a couple months ago. And Death End 3 is in development. We've seen the logo and they have been talking about it, but we just don't know when that's dropping. Yeah, of course. Well then, Naruku, I'll catch up with you at your place tonight. They're on just about everything. Like, Dirk 1 and 2 are both on PS4. Oh, designs are so cute. Oh, yeah. It's funny, we were just talking about the designs, because Hinata, the girl on the far left, her and all the characters have these creatures called buggies in the main series, which are basically like these little like pixie little like creatures that are like attached to their body. Her hoodie is reflective of her buggy, which is what they use for their powers. The girl in the middle is a bit complicated, but basically when in their glitch forms, which is basically like their super forms, they take on a different appearance. But in Dirk 1, there was an insane variant that basically like was attached to their essence in the glitch form. That middle girl is that insane variant completely detached from the original girl, which is why she looks like the girl in the middle looks nigh on the same as the girl on the left, minus like a couple like cosmetic differences. Even the buggies aren't even bugs. Yeah, no, they're just called buggies because Sheena nicknames them buggies as soon as she sees one. Meanwhile, Sayaka, our main character on the right, she's new to this game. She's the protagonist of Code Z. Here's a spider. Owl's a centipede. Yep. You always call it Lotto. Ignore one man who calls it Lotto. That's just because that's how they pronounce it in Japanese. She's called Rotti. And she's called Rotti in every version of the game. It's just they pronounce it like the Japanese translation over goes Lotto when it sounds off. I lived alone for a long time. I'm just used to the JP. Yeah, but even in Japan, her name badge says Rotten Dollheart because her name is Rotten Dollheart. It's just the Japanese like pronunciation. They probably mean to say rotten. It's just, you know, or Rotti. It just ends up coming out like Lotto. I'm not fixating anymore. But yeah, that's kind of like a general idea. But most of it, this game is a mystery dungeon styled game, but it is a pretty tough mystery dungeon styled game, but it's also a spin-off. But the main games are turn-based RPGs that tell their stories through visual novels like this. I guess I'll head to the library. There's something I want to look up. Still, hard to believe the world is at peace. This world, anyway. Well, it's not for me to worry about. This world shunned me anyway. And there's Sheena, the protagonist of Death End 1. Getting all depressed like that doesn't do good for anyone any good. Remember, the world's always turning, always changing. Someone there? I must be my imagination. Sound first. Inbox, it went well. I saw that. What do I get for this? Rin and the Strangers. Oh, okay. And then the other protagonist, probably my favorite protagonist of the lot, Death End 2's protagonist, is Mai Toyama. But that's just because like she's got a dark spine about her, and I always appreciate characters with an edge. Anyway, I need to sell some stuff because my inventory is like super full. So we've just finished the game though. I'm going to engage with a little bit of post-game. But I am going to, like, just because we finished kind of early, but I will wrap up eventually. That is bullshit, yeah. I have 3 full pages of ether code. I can get rid of some of these. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Gee, we're gonna get the first one. I hope you enjoy it. I love them. They are kind of dark and bloody at times, but I genuinely love them. The only thing I'll say, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. The only thing I'll say is that Death End 1, there is a point in the game where if you haven't done at least 20 side quests, you are locked out of being able to get the good ending. So, like, if you get any side quests, like, there's no immediate rush, but, like, keep them in your mind and try and do them as you go. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Just, if you want to see the good ending and see where it goes sort of thing, keep that in the back of your mind. Oh, yeah, I know. So I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to worry about the platinum for this game. Platinuming Death End 1 and 2 are super fun. This game, I feel like, will just get a bit too grindy, so I'm not that fussed. There we go. I was pressing like every button but the one I need to press. Damn, okay, do all the side quests. Got it. Yeah, no. Death End 2, thankfully, is a lot easier with its endings. It literally is just, like, whether you win or lose a particular fight, which is also a fight you're going to try and win anyway. It affects your ending, but that's, like, a lot easier. But Death End 1, yeah, no. It's got a quest line limit. You have to do at least 20 quests. Which, to be fair, the game has like something like 40-odd quests, so you've got plenty. You'll be fine. Like one's a little, yeah. Dirk one's pretty obscure. That's why I thought I'd warn Molly, but ahead of time, like, hey, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I want you to enjoy it for what it is. It is a quirky game. It is kind of like not always the easiest to follow, but stick with it. I love them. And then Dirk 2 is my favorite. I genuinely love Dirk 2. Dirk 2 is actually one of my favorite PS4 titles. Hey there, it's been a while. Oh, Hinata, how have you been? Am I doing well too? It's been well, so is Naruki. She seems to be in a good condition last time I examined her. If anything happens, come to Yamamura Hospital, okay? Got it, understood. I ran into Hinata on my way to work, but I brought her along. That's okay, right? Director Sheen is in a good mood today, so I think it'll be okay. Also, Dirk 1 and 2 have English dubs. It's just this spin-off that doesn't have an English dub, but that's just up to you, whether you prefer double sub. You really should confirm with us too, but, well, I guess the answer is obvious. Of course it's okay. You certainly dropped by a hectic time, though. We have a scenario meeting today. Oh, a scenario meeting, huh? Which means I get to witness the birth of one of those infamously cruel and suspenseful Odyssey scenarios. I imagine as the manager of the largest fan site, you'd enjoy that, right? But now that we are done with this game, tomorrow we're starting Metaphor Refantasio, but the only main game, unquote, that we're working on is Atelier Shaley, because I have made the decision to bench Raido for now. I love Raido, and I'm glad I played it for a couple hours to kind of show it off to people, but I think I was being a bit ambitious in thinking I'd be able to slot that into my schedule as well. I disagree with that a little one, man. I beat both Death End 1 and Death End 2 without guides.
is if you want everything. If you want everything in the game, there might be a couple instances where you might lean on the guide. But just beating the main story, no, you can do that without guides. For a casual playthrough... You're struggling on Shaylee? Yeah, because I just keep on not finding the time. And to be honest, Shaylee's yet to grab me. Like, we've done a few streams of it here and there, but Shaylee's yet to grab me. I'm hoping it's just that it has, like, a slower first half and a better second half, kind of like Escher and Logi. But, like, right now, that slower first half is kind of slow. I'm so stubborn with using guides. Them out. If I can avoid them, I will. That's entirely valid. So I think for a casual playthrough, so the only thing that I felt you needed to be aware of is the whole doing the side quest thing. Beyond that, you're honestly fine. If you engage in every side content you can as you go, you'll get the most out of what you can anyway. If that makes sense. Like, if you do like standard video game procedure, you'll get most out of it anyway. It's insane to me, so I forget myself. Yes, one man. Not everyone likes to hound guides all the time. Dirk 1 and 2, especially casually. I mean, Dirk 1, I platinumed never touching a guide. It was only when I wanted to, like, 100% it in my consciousness, I brought up a guide just to see the little things I'd missed. And then realize there's, like, a bunch of little things you can backtrack to later in the game. And Dirk 2, I didn't get a choice in the matter because I had the game a week before it was out. I had access to the game a whole 7 days, oh, it was 8 days, sorry, before it was officially out. So there was no guides. So I had to figure it all out myself anyway. I want to join, to see what you guys are up to. Great reaction. Well then, Iris, Mai, Koji, let's sit in the meeting room. Also, for the simple reason of I am sweltering right now. When we unlock the new, like, the post-game dungeon, doing it in Japanese, yeah. I don't use guys in my first playthrough. My next playthrough, though, I become a completionist. Ha! No, yeah, I think that's entirely valid. Like, your first playthrough is your blind playthrough, so just enjoy it. And then once you've, like, finished it, if you like it enough to want to go through it again, then yeah, if there's things you've missed, go through it. I think that's, like, the most valid way to approach it. Obviously, any way's valid, honestly. As long as you enjoy it, every way's good. But I think that's, like, the approach. Especially because both Death End 1 and 2, more so 2 than 1, have little things in the game, in New Game Plus, that you can easily miss. They don't tie to any trophy or anything like that. It's entirely like lore secrets or just little things that are extras. So like having a guide for your second playthrough could probably help you like just get those little things and see more. If you get invested sort of thing. Obviously, we're just assuming you'll enjoy it here, but we never know. Because they are quirky games. Oh boy, I'm terrified what these girls will come up with. Oh, there's Mai. She doesn't have her iconic red jacket, but Mai there, that's the main character of Death End 2. And my personal favourite protagonist, because she has a dark edge to her. She's very much a punch first, think later. She can be very moody. I mean, she's in a lighter mood right now, because we've just beat the main story, so like the day is saved. But she's usually quite a moody, broody, punch first, ask never type of gal. And she balances off well by having Roddy, this absolute bundle of naive joy who loves Mai unconditionally so passionately that it's the most endearing fucking thing in this series. Why is everyone laughing so weirdly? Is it really that fun? Oh no, I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I hope you're mentally prepared. I'm heading to the meeting room too, but I'm not participating. Mentally prepared? What do you mean, Akaki? It's a secret. Gotta keep you on your toes. So, Sayaka, please continue your debug on the DLC dungeon. It seems like there's some lingering strangeness again. I love my women hot-headed base. Got it. Sayaka's doing debugging. Oh, right. If you could, do it in the VR mode. Some weird data keeps sneaking in. Some weird data sneaking in? Oh, is this introducing the post-game dungeon? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't do it. I'm not hacking you, I swear. You guys invited me here. Yes, I believe you. That's actually why I think you should join the meeting. It will take quite a bit of time. It's hard work. I see. So it sounds like I'll be here a while. Honestly, I'm a little worried about Naraku, though. Hinata, you're our guest. If you get bored, you can leave any time. Really? Then I'll do my best. Hey, partner, you there? I'm here. Seems like Hinata's worried about Naraku. If you can you check up on her? I understand. Thanks, counting on you.
Welcome. I'll just take this magazine. Alright, thank you. Oh, are you a fan of Chloe Aaron? That's none of your business. Don't pry into customers' private affairs. Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally picked up an idol magazine. You seem knowledgeable about idols. Tell me, have you heard of Komai? Of course, she's quite famous. I thought so. She's that idol who committed suicide after all. That's not what she's famous for! She did the Aggle commercial song, and she was a great host. Losing her, what can I say? It was a real loss. I was really hoping she'd make it big. Were you a fan too? Who can say? Thanks for the magazine. Guess I'm still bothered by it, huh? Chloe and Felena. Warning, you're about to start a dungeon. Yeah, fine. Oh, Dark Scene music, peak. Gotta do some debugging work. It's definitely the place. When leaving work so abruptly worry your co-workers? Oh, spare me the lectures, will ya? I'm not against leading you lending you, the train train. From now on, the battles will be tougher than ever. Battles? Oh, that's not good. Something changed, like the Wraith infiltrated our game? It's more than just that, Saika. It seems you have yet to realize the changes occurring within me. Huh? Let me ask you one thing. Can you tell me my name? Skirk. Or, not Skirk. What was it? Fucking... Huh? As expected. Saika, you must hurry. A formidable opponent awaits you. For that, quit being a jerk, tell me your name, will ya? When the time comes, I will reintroduce myself. Now go. If I don't start an extreme, I'm at least waiting to the final dungeon to get it done first. Alright, I see this post-game dungeon. What the fuck? Hi, you're getting jumped. Huh? Welcome to the 65,535th dimension. And you are... I am anger, the anger you let go of. I am courage, the courage you were to bear. I am sorrow, the sorrow of the forgotten. I am pleasure, the ecstasy of killing. That tracks. And I am despair, the heaviest of all. Yeah, tell them! Shut up! That's my worst, longest running joke. There's I have a so awful habit of beating jokes into the ground. I need to let that son of a bitch go. He needs to leave. Entirely correct. You still desire the fight. This is merely the natural result. This does remind me of, it's somewhat randomized. Oh, great. This reminds me of the first post-game dungeon in Sky, where it's the quote-unquote final test, and it's just like a boss gauntlet. Nagato is your destiny, Robo. Yeah, it feels that way. Do you even know who Sheena is, do you? Huh? Sheena? That doesn't matter. If you safely reach the deepest place, you might yet escape her curse. All was foretold by the great sage, Paraninas. They're gone. What the heck? That was creepy. Whatever, I should just keep going. Where's anything in this floor? Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, you're a bit bulkier. So this person said you want me to meet, like, who you think is going to be the next villain. Is it the Wraith? Or tied to the Wraith? Because now we've beat the main game, I'm not that fussed about spoilers. Because, you know, I'm probably not going to finish this on stream. Because my theory is that the Wraith was the, like, lingering spirit. 20 times. Ooh. Is the lingering spirit of Lydia's, like, devil sister. I forget her name. Ooh, a quick snooze. Massacre Pink reject. Maybe. Well, because there was one frame where, like, the Wraith looked different, and it looked kind of like Lydia's sister from the post-game scene in 2. Not like the old version of her, the young version. Maybe? But yeah, anytime you hear me like just start and finish a sentence on maybe, half the time it's because I'm trying to give my brain time to think more about it. So I give an answer that gives me the time to actually like think more. Stimming. Speaking of stimming, boy, like that's gonna, that was gonna be stuck to me. So I'm just gonna see any artwork of Sayaka, and in my head I'll just hear her go bye. Okay, everyone, thank you for gathering for today's meeting. First, Yamamura, please distribute the materials. Even in meetings, I prefer it if you call me Lily. I say it later. Very well. Here you go, everyone. Does anyone have a copy? Yes. Now let's discuss the main topic, the fate of Elysia and Anida, the sisters and best friends of hero Celica. Elysia has been newly designed by Koji. Please take a look at the rough sketches here. Continue on nothing else, will Oh, very nice. She resembles Celica, but has a more boyish, energetic nature to her. And her exposed navel, thick thighs, and big chested eyes. Oh, very cute. That is a really weird, like, thing to try and process what you were saying. No, to be honest, I almost never wear gloves. When I do, I wear leather gloves, admittedly, but I rarely wear gloves. I have kind of small hands, to be honest. Yeah. I have small hands, but long fingers. So I'd make a great piano player. That's wonderful, but Koji, why do you seem so upset? I'd be happier if the director hadn't made me redraw it 15 times. All the time. I mean, not really, but I guess that's just me. But then my problem is that I have what's it fucking called? When your bones get stiffer. That I have early onset of that in my pinkies. Like both my pinkies are kind of stiff and only getting worse. Sorry, but she's the main character of this event, and it's hard to lock down the right scent. It always weirds me out. How can you get a scent from a drawing? You don't get it, Sheena. You're talking about pheromones, right? Pheromones? It's just something you know. That intoxicating mix of perfume, atmosphere, and sweat. It's all coming from the artwork. I mean, it's just each their own, buddy. It's just how you feel your way, you know? Anyway, how do we get back on topic? This really is something. You know, looks confused. Sorry, I guess I'll talk about the scent was a bit too much for her. Sorry, right, sorry, dear. Yeah, I didn't really get that whole scent thing. But actually, I was more confused about the voice. Isn't that synesthesia? And what are we talking about? Do you mean like with your hand sense of touch thing? I wouldn't know. I don't know the terms. Oh, that scent thing. Oh, maybe. Alright, everyone. Let's get back on topic. Otherwise, this meeting will never end. And also, I kind of, like, want to take a pee break in a minute. So when we get back into dungeon crawling, I'll pause and we can go. Oh, you're a psychologist? Yeah, it doesn't mean we cover everything. My psychology was focused on like the Milgrams and the Freuds of society. I know enough psychology, I don't know every single aspect. And I also don't know term names off the top of my head. I might know the things, but it doesn't mean I always know the term names. Next opening, Eliza, which resurrected, gets stricken by a demon, dies as a sacrifice. I see. And also you have to keep in mind, I finished my psychology course 8 years ago, so not everything's like immediately like off the top of my head anymore. If you have any objections to Director Sheena's story, please voice them now. You've never heard of Fly, Sheena, yet you gun them down left and right in your stories, huh? From the first chapter at Heart's Royal Palace, the patricide, massacre inside the castle are truly remarkable. In the middle of these bloody scenes, I always find myself drooling to see what's next. That's the stuff. A virtuous, visually appealing girl fights for her sister, and only finds a gruesome end. Fitting sacrifice. That's really how you look at this character I drew? This guy's like, I drew this, and your first thought is that, oh, I can't wait to see how they die. Like, it's just something, like, my brain will latch on to certain things and remember them very well, and some things it just won't, but that's just me. Some things I've had to work very fucking hard to keep in my mind, but I'm not going to remember the finest details. That's because what's important. Her death by impalement. Indigo Do Ruins map, there's a clock tower, right? How about she's impaled on the clock's hand? That object doesn't have any moving parts. Doing the map is already a challenge. Any more would be... First things first, is the impalement even necessary? The demon's model is based on a historical figure known for impalement, so if you want to stay consistent... Let's just impale her on a spear then. We can just reuse weapon assets. How about impaling her from below, with the spearhead protruding from her mouth? Jesus fucking Christ. It's been jest, but this is probably the discussions the actual team for Dirk 1 had when trying to figure out all like the death ends and shit. So this is actually probably very normal, even though they probably sound like psychopaths. Assassin's Psycho defense? It sounds like it, doesn't it? Now let's use 4 spears, prone position, drop from a tall place with spears piercing both breasts, navel. That'd be quite a sight. I mean, it sounds more like they're talking about Dirk 1, but it's fun. It is funny. Yeah, what an engaging discussion. Everyone's faces are so lively. Everyone but 2. Yeah, the 2 that are getting traumatized by this. I understand the gist of the meeting. Heading back to my seat. Oh, Iris, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get all excited about the gore again. Iris won't even look at me. Oh, Iris, she's looking this way. Impressive. Hi, yo-ho. I was just listening, but I guess I interrupted. Alright, I'll disappear for now. Yeah, why is there a second Sheena with glasses? Did anyone just feel the breeze? Really? I didn't feel anything. The windows are closed. Oh, Iris, thank you for your hard work. So there's 2 Sheenas on the loose, one with glasses. Hey, ladies, I think your gore talk might have seriously creeped Iris out. Maybe we got a bit too carried away. I'll apologize later. Sheena, you've really been stuck on this style since World's Odyssey. What triggered it? Probably the accident that killed my mother. Fuck Jesus. Everyone even hit the brakes. What the fuck? I was lucky enough to become a Luden, but my mum survived the initial accident and to die from her injuries. Wait, what? And the woman I talked to who claims to be your mum is... That's my stepmother, my current mum. We get along well. My dad remarried. Oh, I see. Before he remarried, my dad was a mess. He was like, why were you the only one who survived? That's terrible. Even he is your father. I can't forgive him for saying something like that. You must have really cherished your mum, Sheena. Director, you had a far harder life than I imagined. I feel for you, but what does that have to do with your crazy stories? Wow, it is over here. Well, the characters in the stories are fictional after all. So it doesn't matter if you kill as much as you want? No, it's because they're fictional, yet their suffering and deaths can move people. Isn't that interesting? So because Sheena was moved and had a huge turning point in her life because of her death, she wants to, like, in a safer environment, replicate that for people to get that across. Right, people can be moved to tears when simple words on a page. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm getting called out here, but yeah. Oh, I see. Classic Sheena. Delving ever deeper into the mysteries of the human heart. Exactly. I want to try and express all the joy and sorrow I've experienced in the medium I love most, games. For Mizanashi, the man who I decided to make games with in the first place. The same art of Mizanashi's portrait is hanging over there. We'll continue to support you. I see. I think I get it now. I still don't really. Alright, Yamamura. Send me the key points from today's meeting later. Okay, leave it to me. I'll post them in the company chat. Everyone, thank you for your hard work. Let's hang in there a little while longer. It's almost break time. I ended up saying way over. Well, did you get some good material for the fan site? Of course! I'll send you the draft later. Great. The others are still working, so be careful on your way out. I see, so that's what Sheena's up to. I get it now. Well, what I'm doing next should be a good stimulus for him too. Hehehe. Anyway, back to our dungeon crawling. Like I said, win or lose, once we're like done with this dungeon run, I will wrap up because we've done the game. It'll be a nice shorter stream. Considering I wasn't originally planning to stream today, because I was going to try and stream yesterday, but then, you know, the world and the universe and everything in between decided to make sure I wasn't going to stream yesterday. I don't mind this being a shorter stream. That being said, hey, I really need to use the loo, so I'll be back in a minute. BRB. Hey, I'm back. I don't know, I want to try to stream the final boss. I wish to fight extreme. Oh, Fez. So I would say, well, you know what the answer there is? Just going with item prep, but you kind of can't on extreme, right? You start with, like, no items on you. I think that's what that is, right? Oh, I can't check from here. Oh, hey, the stairs. That worked out. Or is it just that you lose everything, but you can bring in whatever you want? Who's joining us? Are they spawning dead on an enemy? Oh, okay, that's fine. I haven't seen you in forever. They're dead on an enemy. That's hilarious. I'm curious to see what happens there. Wouldn't it be great if they both just got stuck and didn't move? Well, considering I've got the lag step, that tells me actually she's going to be right ahead of me. Yeah, there she is. Okay, she didn't get stuck at all. I imagine you're stronger than the one we fought before in the main game. Let's find out. Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see if we can figure this out. Ow. Aha! Ow. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about it? Ah. Oh, that's not fucking worth it at all, god damn it. Ow. Ow. No! Okay. Of course you can shoot straight through. There's fucking like jitter step between all of us. Where the fuck is the stairs? There it is. Looks so brave just watching a girl get her head bitten off. I have whiplash. Yeah, the first game's kind of crazy. Ow. I mean, all of them are kind of crazy in a way, but you kind of like get a feel for them. It's the writer, I believe, is the same writer as Corpse Party. So if you've ever experienced Corpse Party, you might already have a vague idea of what you're getting in for. But you'll see what I mean, like this is a spin-off, which is why the gameplay looks different than what it will look like in there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that makes so much sense. The first scene talking about spinal cords getting ripped out. So I see, yeah, you get it. Sweet. But now that, like, just to get back on topic of this, now that, like, you know, Stellar Blade's finished, this is finished. I said after this stream, I will call this a done project. And we still have Shiggy to go to. I said Raido I'm benching for a while, and Metaphor's going to be the new Monday game. I need to start considering what my next smaller-esque game I want to be is. Because the two right now that I'm thinking is either Resident Evil Village to get ready for 9, but 9's not until next February, so I still have plenty of time for that. Or Dark Souls 3, since I've done 1 and 2 now. Oh, well. I love Dark Souls 3, so Dark Souls is my favourite one. And after... Fuck, can I hit this enemy? Thank you. And after how much Dark Souls 2 started to kind of take the soul out of me after a while, it'll be nice to play a game that I know I'll enjoy. I say that, like, it's a weird thing where it's like, every time I, like, think more on Dark Souls 2, the more I realise I kind of didn't really like that game. But I don't think it's bad, I just think it's kind of a weak Souls game. Why is it saying Dark Souls 3, but Village is good too? Yeah. Oh, really? The Dark Souls fan wants me to play more Dark Souls. But now I get it. So I want to do both anyway, it's just which one I do first. But Village, I've technically got till February anyway, because Requiem's not out till then. And if I don't do Village soonish, I could easily make that like an October game, so it's at least like themed. You know, like it's still kind of like a themed-ish game. Like it can be like the, I say lighter, but lighter thing I go to after Silent Hill F. Because that comes out near the end of September. Which, speaking of, that 1 week in September is still scary. I mean, doing Mortal Shell, one man, stop. Your obsession with Mortal Shell. Immediately on his bullshit. In fact, I'm worried about Naruto. That was weird. I thought I just saw something strange. I love Mortal Shell. I've been meaning to replay it actually. Oh, fair enough. Oh, there you go, one man. You've got a fellow fan. I've not played Mortal Shell. I'm hesitant just because every time I see footage of it, I feel like the camera's too close. Love me my Souls, Fez. But I do want to try it at some point. But my priority after Dark Souls 3, it won't be straight away because there's other things to do, but the next Souls game I'll play will probably be Lies of P. And then after Lies of P, like when I'm next in the mood for Souls, then I'll try Mortal Shell. But Lies of P is just higher up the priority list for me. I'm assuming you're excited for Mortal Shell 2 then. Hey, were you looking at my screen, Al? I just turned off the screensaver. Oh, I just called you Al. Oh, it's fine, Lily. Sky First. Sky First is in there, don't worry. That 1 fucking week in September where Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It's Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Silent Hill F. I think it's a Honkai Star Rail patch, and Atelier Res Lorena all in 1 week, and I'm just like, kill me. I'm just like, what do you want from me? Mortal Shell when Lies of P dropped that DLC all of a sudden, and if you download that, yeah. That's what's inspired me to finally get to Lies of P, because I can do the main game and Overture together. Because I own Lies of P. I need to buy Overture, but I own Lies of P because it's been on my backlog for ages. Fine. I'll let you in a little secret. The photo I was looking at is from Director Sheena's SNS account. Oh? Yes, Sublimable Nina. It seems like it's her personal account. It's filled with cosplay photos. Whoa, she looks like some kind of evil swordswoman, but her face looks kind of different. Well, that's cosplay makeup for you. Sheena's natural look is her best, but this costume is quite... Look at that rear! Of course Eureka is like turbo horny for her girlfriend. Lies of P is insanely good. Might be the best Souls like I've played. Oh, yeah, I've heard, like, all my friends who've played it said, hey, Rob, Bloodborne's like one of your all-time favorite games. You're gonna like Lies of P. And I'm like, ooh, ooh. But I just need to get around to it. But I said, my priority order will be Dark Souls 3, because I've got 1 and 2 done, so it makes sense to do 3. And then I'll probably leave it a little bit, but just because I don't want to burn out of Souls, because that's why I took a break after 2 and then go straight to 3, because 2 did burn me out a little bit. But then after that, I'll do Lies of P. I mean, I've done a fair few Souls, because I did AI Limit back in March, and that game was really fun. I had a lot of time for that game. I liked its gimmick of getting rid of the stamina bar entirely. So it's a lot faster and a lot more aggressive, because you can keep on performing actions, but then balancing the game around that. But instead having effectively like a soul meter, and like if you like land attacks... Playing Sekiro right now, I've got how fun that was. I mean, I'm more tempted to try Sekiro now I've played Stellar Blade. I know they're different games, but like the parry mechanic in Stellar Blade was pretty fun. I was always kind of hesitant with Sekiro because I looked at all the gameplay for it and looked, oh, this game looks terrifying. Like in terms of like gameplay difficulty. It's the same thing with like First Berserker Kazan, but it's like that game's very parry heavy and I'm like, ugh. It was kind of intimidating. But I really enjoyed AI Limit. That game was really fun. And it was surprisingly ambitious for like a AA project. Like, it was really ambitious for a AA project. They did a lot with that. But yeah, that game has like a soul meter in AI Limit instead of like the stamina. And the way it works is if you successfully land attacks, perfect dodge or perfect parry, your meter goes up. You get hit, like swing at nothing, fail your dodge and blocks, it goes down. But you can use specials to like go out of your way to burn, like, say, like 30% to use a special. If you hit 0 and then you're hit again by anything, your guard breaks and you can be riposted. But the same rule applies to enemies. So it becomes a game of like successfully outpowering and outmaneuvering them constantly. And if you fuck up, you know about it because that meter goes down along with your health. Yeah, I have a good friend who's like played and beaten it. The thing that he told me, he said Kazan is really fun and really consistent. The only problem is that apparently it's a really, really long game. Like, it's way longer than you'd think it would be. And so it takes a long ass time to get through it. So you can, like, if you're like not super into them, you will burn out a little throughout it because it just takes forever to get through. It's a long ass game. It's like, oh, okay, I'll keep that in mind then. But yeah, that's like the main thing I hear. It's like, if you like those games, you're gonna love it, but it is really long. Yeah. I'll give it a like. I wouldn't mind getting stabbed by this, Sheena. Eureka, your love for your woman is unmatched. Oh, the likes just shot up. Yeah, I just like to... Wait! Shishina! How long have you been there? I might leave it then. I'm playing too much at the moment. Fairs. Listen, I haven't played it myself, but that's just like what my friend tells me. He's played it and finished it, and he said he loved it, but he said, but it is very long. It's a lot longer than what you'd expect from that kind of game. We're still on the clock, Lily. Push through the next 5 minutes until break time. I say as I just brought both Death Ends. I mean, both the Death End games, despite being turn-based RPGs, they're not like super long. They're not like 80 hours Persona length. Like, I think my first playthrough of Dirk 2 was like 20 hours. So, you know, like reasonable length, but not too long. Right. Nada, I trust you you'll keep this account a secret. Yes, I'll send the memory right to the trash. Wait, stop banging your head on the wall, okay? Lily, you haven't forgotten to give instructions to Sayaka, right? Make sure to check her progress later. Understood. Well then, I'll be leaving now, so see you later. Alright, see you. Oh yes, give instructions to Sayaka. Sayaka. Oh no. Who is Sayaka? Who? Uh-oh. Things are going on outside. Oh, fuck. Where am I? Oh, stairs are here. That worked out. Oh, Dirk 1 does have DLC areas, by the way. But, they're not, like, really story-focused. They're just kind of extra areas with, like, some unique items. And, like, one of them has, like, some flavor text in it. But they're not, like, big. They're just kind of, like, extra areas to run through if you want to do them. So if you want to expand, like, extend your game time a little more, there's that.
And Dirk 2 had a crossover with popular RPG maker horror game Ao Oni, or Ao Oni. I don't like. Oh, okay. No, she's not too bad. She's got a lot of range attacks. Wow, my stomach just rumbled loud there. Okay, you're approaching from this side. I think. Yes, you're approaching from that side. You might get turned around though, because there's enemies blocking, so I got a bit... Although you did get turned around, okay, we're good. That's so random, low. Was that your stomach? Oh, you heard it? Uh-oh. Yeah, my stomach rumbled very loudly a second ago. I am a little hungry. And a bit, it's not even like... It's still kind of early. It's only like 20 to 12. Like, it's still like morning here. So like, I don't have any excuse for it. I usually have lunch at like 1 PM, so I don't know why I'm hungry so early. Oh, there's another enemy, another one here. Which one's it this time? As long as it's not Glitch Owl, we're good. Because Glitch Owl's the one that scares me. I mean, I say that, Felena's kind of scares me a little bit as well, just because of the insta-kill. Oh, I'm gonna do this pain. Yeah, that's part of the reason why, like, I'm trying to, like... So we've done the main story today, but I'm gonna do everything in my power, like, regardless, because after this run, regardless of win or lose, I'm gonna wrap up, because it's just post-game. But I am gonna wrap up soon, because I don't want to stream through the hottest hour of the day. And it's the one thing I'm kind of dreading with Metaphor tomorrow, because when it's a Monday game stream, I try and go on for 6 hours. I'm either going to have to start super early, or put up with the fact I'm going to be streaming through the hottest 2 hours of the day, when it's going to be like 28 Celsius. Can this confusion wear off, please? 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 I hate... Fine, you know what, I'm burning it. Burning Vanquish mode. But it's very stuffy in my room. Like, it's not... Like, maybe TMI, but I've been, like, kind of sweaty all stream. And I'm like, It's why I'm trying to keep up with my fluids so much as we go, because it has been kind of, like, nasty. But I am going to take... Tuesday is supposed to be the break point where it starts to cool down a little bit, at least in my area. Down here in Sussex. But, I'm going to take Tuesday off no matter what. And then we'll come back for... Honkai Star Rail and Finan / Kevin on Wednesday. I think my run might be over soon, for the record. I've run out of healing items and we're getting kind of low on health. My run might be over soon. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I've got his Finan on Wednesday. Yeah! The new trailer dropped this morning, and it might be my new favorite trailer in Honkai Star Rail. It might genuinely be my new favorite trailer. It's so good. It's so impactful, and I legit cried when I was watching it. I was like, oh my god, this is like insane. And the fact that it plays like a distorted remix of... Sorry, excuse me. It plays a distorted remix of For Kevin. You know, the depressing ass Kevin theme from Honkai Impact 3rd throughout the whole trailer. And it's just showing all the times Finan has failed. Because we've learned that, firstly, a cycle that Finan has gone through is around 1,000 years. He's gone through 33,550,000 cycles. So he's been trying Wait, it actually plays Kevin theme? Yeah, it plays a remix of For Kevin in the trailer. The track called For Kevin. So we know that he's been trying to do this cycle of waking up in his field, getting to experience the world with his sister, his home being destroyed and his sister killed, and then eventually losing his memories and ending up under Glaia's watch, and then being raised by Glaia to fight, and then watching the Flame Reaver invade and kill everyone he's ever loved and known. He's done that 33 million times. And each of those cycles are 1,000 years long. This poor bastard has been doing this for literally billions of years. And that's what the trailer emphasizes, that he's seen this more times than you could ever possibly fathom. And I'm just like, oh, it hits. Seeing there was a timeline where, there was a Casterus timeline where she wasn't this harbinger of death and she got to live a normal life with her sister. But there's also another timeline where Casterus got stabbed directly in front of Aglaia, trying to protect her. But then there's also a timeline where Mighty got torn to shreds in front of Finan. And it's just like, every single timeline ends in Flame Reaver killing them all eventually. He never escapes. It's just like, it's so brutal. Like, Wednesday is going to be... I fear that all the new story stuff is going to be, like, heartbreaking. But I am going to roll for Finan. Jeez, Basilisa. Even if it's just a send-off, I still want to do it proper. Certainly. I'm glad you accompanied me out of Iris Corp, but... bringing a stranger along, that's quite a surprise. Shame I can't kill you. I'm not a bad stranger. Hard to believe with that appearance. She's actually much more compact now. Chamberlain Iris made various improvements. Oh, it's thanks to that I could live here. What a shame. Roddy, we've got to get going, yeah? Oh, that's right, Sanae. My mum finally made it to Japan, but I've got to leave her behind. I'm such an ungrateful child. Voice quest, I already know I'm going to cry next one, Lamalk. Yeah, right? It's been vicious. Heartwarming story. Yeah, alright, devs. I fucking see you. Your name's on a list. Something feels off. And according to the rumor mill, the next planet we're going to, Arthur Amphorius, is Sparkle's home planet. And I'm just like, oh, that could be exciting. I can't wait for that to be, really depressing and make, and, really, mess me up somehow. Because that seems to be the trend. Ever since we got to fucking Penacony, the story has been really, kind of painful and depressing. And not painful as in bad, as in, it hurts your soul. It's really good storytelling. I'm just like, please. What happened to Happy Space Adventure? The game literally calls itself a space comedy. What happened? Sorry to keep you waiting. Director Sheena? I'll cut to the chase. Are you two ready to go? Breaks into Penacony. Exactly. Yep, we're going to save Mai. And also, March still fits into all of this mess in Amphorius. She's just still like a giant ice cube on the ship right now, on the train. She's got to fit into all of this somehow. Thanks to help that world's version of my sister. I'm ready. Don't worry about this world. We'll take care of things here. Right, Rapuka? Yes, just as you command. Well then, children of fate, we shall meet again in the rift of time and space. Tojo joined later. My two favorites when I started with Gallagher and Misha. Oh, ooh. Ooh. I mean, to be fair, outside of story, Gallagher is still the best 4-star healing unit, easily. Because he's a great damage dealing healer. But yeah, that's oof. Oh, whoa, where did everyone go? Oh, Al, you saw that, huh? They disappeared, all 4 of them, all 4! You can't remember who's who anymore, can you? What? No, of course I remember. I remember Sheena. Only Lingshan still use Gallagher because I'm a simp. Yeah, fair. I have 2 teams ongoing. One of them that's not quite complete because I plan to slot Finan in to it, but I'm still figuring that one out. Because I have Dragon Tales, which is Fei Xiao, Robin, Casterus, and Huahua. And then my other team right now is Acheron, Sparkle, the Herta, and Fushuan. But I kind of want to fit Finan into that team somewhere, so I need to think about that. What have I been doing this whole time? I mean, considering like it'll be 2 characters that have domains, otherwise I might swap out Acheron, but I'm still thinking about it. I need to find Naraku. She's probably in the library, right? I should get going. Alright, I think I get what's happening in this post-game. As like we're suffering back in this. I think what's happening is that everyone's like, the people like this, they're done here. So everyone's starting to like be moved back. So the people that were part of the simulation, or potentially part of the simulation, are going. I think the Sheena with glasses isn't necessarily an evil one. It's probably likely our Sheena, the real Sheena. He finds good with. The big thing with Finan you have to be wary of is that his ultimate brings him into a domain. But he can't use his ultimate if any other domain is already active. So like Casterus, for example. Casterus' ult triggers a domain. So any other character that basically triggers another like plane of existence stops Kevin or stops Finan being able to do his thing. However, when he uses his ultimate, any buffs he's been given, he maintains for the entirety of his ultimate no matter what. So any characters that can provide him with buffs, full stop, are good. Additionally, his ult doesn't go up normally. It goes up every time he gets a chance to take an action. Is every time he gets hit and every time he gets a chance to take an action. So having characters like Bronya or Sparkle, you know, characters that like can push turns are good because they will give him more turns. Oh, we might be dead here because I just stepped on a landmine. I'm turbo dead here. Oh yeah, everyone's saying Sunday is great for him. I don't own Sunday, but everyone's saying Sunday is going to be great for him. But yeah, we died there. That's fine. Yep, let's get our death animation. Okay, yeah, the spider just completely fucking destroys us because this is a death end game. Also, yeah, since you're getting into death end 1 and 2 are 16 pluses. Starting with this game, and they've already confirmed Code Z, the third game, sorry, are 18 pluses. So this, so like the first 2 are kind of gory, but they're not too bad. Whilst this game, they up the gore a lot. I think the first game and the second game like still have some very creepy, dark scenes. But as a whole, oh, can I get this now? Oh, I guess I have to beat the post-game dungeon. Grotesque scenes, yeah. Yeah, so this world is slowly. I get what's going on here in this post game. This like bubble world that they made to rehabilitate Sayaka, is no need for it anymore. So they're starting to pick it up and shut it down, which is why things are starting to break apart behind her. Like you see, like Levin here, like his words are breaking down. I get what's going on here. I will do this in my spare time off screen, but I think for on streamness, I think we're good. But yeah, just to kind of like circle back around to my point, and since I'm about to wrap up, ultimately, as a spin-off, I do really like this game. However, I do feel like if you're not used to mystery dungeons, this game will be a hard take because it kind of expects you to already have a very firm understanding of them. I was like, bye. I had to get one more of that in. But I think I'll call it there. Smaller stream, I know, but we got everything done, so I'm kind of happy with that. Let me go back to the title screen. God, 35 hours in the end. Not bad. God, my stomach just rumbled again.
I definitely gotta get some food. I'll leave it on this screen. It's a good screen to end on. Did I say Sayaka in Wonderland? Okay. Although I have a Let's Play of Death End 1 and 2 up, and I've already livestreamed Death End 1, at some point I will livestream Death End 2, so then like the whole livestream series has all the Death Ends on it before Death End 3 comes out. We don't have an exact date or when Death End 3 is coming out, but soon. Is One Man of you still here? I think One Man's gone to like do, because I know he's grinding on some things. He kind of comes and goes, but yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate it anyway. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Additionally, you can find my BlueSky and Patreon in the description of every single video. But until then, you guys take care now. Peace. Oh, Jesus Christ, my phone says it's 26 Celsius.